Welcome everyone to today's live stream. Sorry about the abrupt ending for last week's stream. I didn't even hear it because my earplugs. So apparently it was storming pretty bad outside, which is why Timmy was freaked out. And power went out whole area. So I did good just to be able to get back on using the hotspot on my phone, running at like 3G speeds to just say, "Yep, sorry, power's out." Like, while I have power backup on my stuff, that doesn't matter when it's utility stuff outside. So all the whole area was out of power. So I would have been done either way. Hi. Say Sanchez, Jenny, Jason. Jason was out of town last week in Ottawa for Canada Day. Oh, that's right. We got to learn about Canada Day last week. I don't remember ever hearing about Canada Day till last week. Timmy is here, but instead of being here, he's over here on the floor, and I'm going to see if I can entice him. Timmy, come on, you want a snack? You want this? Oh, you want it? Yep, you want it. Get up. Come here. Come here. Look, Timmy. Look, over here. Over here. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come on. You want this? You want it? He's not feeling right today. Something's up with him. I don't know why. He ate his lunch really well, but he was he like took 2 bites off one of these earlier and then just laid there, didn't want to touch it. And it took like a bunch of prompting for him to finish this one of these earlier. You want this one? Come on. Come on. Over here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Good boy. Say hi to the camera first. You gotta say hi to the camera. Look, right here. Look, show your face. Oh, cute face. Cute face. Cute face. There it is. Okay. I thought you wanted that. No? Alright. I'll scratch your head. Scratch the head. Alright, so today we're gonna do some No Man's Sky. Because I need to find some I need to find some gas. I'm not a gassy person, especially not at the moment, but I need some gas. Now, I have been collecting radon from the atmosphere of a planet where I have my main base right now with the, it's like the stellar collector, whatever they called, on the capital ship. But those are slow. 350. You can only put it at one planet at a time. You know, you just have to have a ton of those. So I want to go find gas locations today for nitrogen, radon, and sulfurin for a little project. It's not something major, but it's something I want to go ahead and try to get these set up today. See if I can find some good spots. Electromagnetic hotspot is a plus if I can find one next to one of these, but if not, I'm going to be fine. And let's see, he's eating that finally. And yeah, we're going to do some gas hunting today, which is fun. I need to get out, do some wandering around on the planet anyway. I think, haven't done that in a while. Right now, I want to know, while we get started, what's everybody buying on the summer sale? Because the summer sale is coming to a close in the next few days. And I've only found one game so far that I bought, and it's only because I was like, maybe this will be good for the Steam Deck. Because I really am not finding a lot of games I enjoy on the Steam Deck versus playing them on PC. But I like my old school emulator games. And yes, it is going to be to make stasis devices. I want to build like a farm for that. But not because I need the money. Like, I'm approaching 1.5 billion right now in the game. I don't need the money. I just want to do that as a project to say I've got a stasis device farm going and say, well, this is how much I did, and this is how much I'm making from it. Yeah, I know like a certain stack, I think a stack of 5 is something like 75 million you can make from it. But I make that every couple of days with my indium and chlorine farms anyway. So it's not a big deal for that. But I want to know, while we get going on this, what's everybody looking at for the summer sale? Because, yeah, I can't find much. So, start off by heading out. Actually, you know what? Before I head out, we need to look. at what's in this system. So I've got, yeah, one base there, which is my portal base. So I've got nothing there. I would like to keep it all tight together if possible. Planetary anomaly. Okay. I didn't realize I had an anomaly base. So we got this is where I got the main base, and it's a tropical planet. Let me think. There's one I know was lush and toxic biomes is nitrogen. So I could probably find one on my planet. I need irradiated or frozen for radon, and then scorched or barren for suffering. So, well, that's barren. Okay, so we got barren potentially. That might have the sulfurin, and then is irradiated or frozen. So we got radioactive. That's irradiated. You know, we'll go call it like that. And if I can find on this one, because it's tropical, it's lush, I could probably get an extractor base on every one of these and just have them all in one system. Like, oh yeah, I got, let's see, main base, portal base, and then 3 gas bases. That'd be 5 bases in one planetary system. So, you know what? Let's just start with, I don't want to go back to the main planet. So let's do the barren planet. Why not? It's barren. It probably could, or you know what? Radioactive. It's right there in front of me. I'll do the simple thing. We're gonna go to the one dead ahead. It's, yeah, why not? It's easier. I know I got a lot of games to play too. Like, there's some games I've barely touched that would not be like good fits for the channel. But at the same time, I've got games I'm just like, I keep going back to, partially because I know how they play, and I know I can have fun with. Like, it's either Far Cry New Dawn or Far Cry Primal. I have one or the other installed at any given time because, well, one, they both run, I could do 4K at 1080p and be perfectly fine with either one. Not 4K, 4K ultra wide for either one. 3440 by 1440p or whatever that turns out as. I got that. They run 90 FPS, so they both work really well on my PC. So I keep them on because I'm at that point I could just go and do whatever in the game. You know, just go around, shoot some bad guys, kind of, you know, just mindless wandering. It's nice to give me a way to relax, and then at the same time, I keep them as a way to say, if I think I'm having a system issue, like something's acting up, I'll run one of those games and see how it performs. And if I'm still getting that consistent, like, you know, full screen, ultra wide, 90 FPS range, then I know my system's running fine. You know, actually, I was playing, I did look at, because people have been commenting, the new update for Planet Crafter. I did open it up on my last game save, the super big game save, and I don't know what they've changed with it for the latest update, but the performance has just cratered on that. Like the same game that I was playing, and there were stuttering moments. You know, it stuttered. Like, I can't remember how many seconds it was before. It's every 5 seconds now. Like, to the point that it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the game would just freeze, and then it starts up again, and for 5 seconds, and then just complete freeze. So I was thinking about doing Planet Crafter today, just to, you know, break things up a bit and check that out, but it is that the existing save I have is unplayable right now. That's a C class. I'm not going for C class. Oh, you know what? I need to, can I get, you know, I did that for the weekend, quest, the, Quicksilver quest. I used the Minotaur for that. I need to drive this around. Well, I got this as my tank, and, It's like the idea of like a tank vehicle. It's like the survival vehicle. You know, he's got everything, or should have everything. As long as I don't get stuck somewhere. But yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff to play, like to get on the summer sale right now. Like, you know, Sons of the Forest is on sale, but I've already got it. I'm sure Fallout, several of the Fallout ones are on sale. I've already got them. You know, every good game that would be a good purchase right now on the summer sale, I already have. So it kind of limits me in that I need something that else. And, you know, except for maybe like 2 or 3 games on my wish list, the rest are not on sale, partly because none of them have been released. I got a ton of games on my wish list that have not been released yet. Okay, why am I'm inside. I don't remember it sticking like that. I thought they had that fixed at one point where you could stand actually on it. All right, another C class. Well, find me at least, I would think, a B. A class is preferable because I do want to get. I think the estimate was about 15,000 for a round of 5 stasis devices. So if I can get, you know, it's an A class oxygen spot that I have at the that base. So I drove past it. It's C class. Let's see what it is. Arc 2, yeah, I saw. That's one that's on my wish list. Oh, it's a radon. So I got a radon deposit. Yeah, Arc 2 is on my wish list. And I thought at one point they had like an ETA for this year. But I think last I looked, it just said TBD for Arc 2. I'm hoping that means they're putting in a lot more time and effort to polish Arc 2 up compared to Arc 1. Because you know how many... Like, when I first tried to play Arc, I was like, wow, that's a weird bug. And I'd see another bug, and then another bug, and then... When I played Arc again and did, you know, videos for on channel, it was the same bugs. Like 4 years later, 5 years later, never got fixed. So I am hoping they are going to, you know, do a much better, more polished job this time around. I'm not worried about minerals. Gotta keep driving. So you see. Oh, that's nice. I can tell it to scan for very specific things. I don't need to scan for smoke. Man, it's not going to do much for me, but still. Goner, yeah, I got that saved on my wish list. Yeah, I got a lot of games on my wish list that are all just, you know, TBD, coming soon, to be announced. It's just whatever variation of we don't know when this is coming out. And then I got a few, like, you know, Void Train I've got on my wish list still, just because I played the demo, and the demo, I hate to use the term promising, it feels promising, but at the same time, I want to see how development goes, and of course, a lot of the reviews are very mixed right now, and there's valid points on that game, is you're building in a straight line. You know, you can't build out sideways very far because the train's going to hit stuff. So you build basically in a train line, which is part of the theme, but that is limiting in terms of actual building and you know, creativity on that part. And I feel like as a building game, like a base building type game, it's going to miss due to that. For nothing else than the fact that you are limited in your building options, really, to just building in the line of the train, you know. If they find a way to work around that, then I think it will do better, but I don't think it's going to be the best game in terms of base building type action, if that's what you're looking for. And, oh, was it? Speaking of that kind of style game, what? Okay, Volcanoise. I was about to say Volcano, guys, but Volcanoise. I played that long ago, before it was released, and I just haven't gone back to it because it's the same thing. You build in a straight line. You're building a train. They've released a new update with Tesla-based weapons, so you get like a Tesla gun, which is kind of cool. You know, I can appreciate that they're continuing to add interesting weapons and such to the game. But it's still, for me, I just don't feel the desire to play it because of that whole, you are building in a straight line. It's a train, which it's sensible that that's how you build, but I don't want to build like that. I want to build to the side and up and do, you know, have more creativity available, and you can't get that with those games, or games with that type of building style. So yeah, I'm not jumping on those. Apparently, I thought I was going the right way. Oh, life support getting a little low. I don't know. Again, life support's low, and why you're not going to go to that. It's just a C class. We'll wait for this storm here. Yeah, I mean, again, look at Arc 1. The game is still loaded with bugs from when it released that they never fixed, that instead of fixing the bugs, they just said, let's just put out, you know, some more content. Let's just add DLCs. I mean, horrible bugs in some cases, like game-breaking bugs, where, you know, it still is, you can have it where, depending on what you built and how the terrain is, you can end up launching yourself by running and jumping at the wrong time. Like if you're running and you try to jump onto a platform, and if you hit it the wrong way, it may launch you halfway across the map. I've had that happen where it launched me, you know, from a cliffside base I was trying to build way out to where I fell on the ground and died, and it would have taken me, you know, 3-4 minutes of running to get to that spot on foot, and it just launched me. It usually was the time when that happened. Every time I tried playing Ark originally, that's when I was like, yep, nope, I'm done. And last time when I did all the mods and stuff, I just said I was going to put up with it. You know, that was my thing. I was just going to put up with that. If it happens, I'm going to be unhappy, but I also made a point to try and avoid building right at the edge of a cliff and make it where I needed to jump onto the platform in any way because of that problem. Oh, bait class. There we go. We got... Okay, moving to... it's about a 4 o'clock turn, 5 o'clock. I had an S-Class, I want to say it was S-Class Activate Indium on like 2 different planets with electromagnetics on my other game save that I was doing before this one. I have not been able to luck out with an activated indium farm and an electromagnetic hotspot close enough together on this one yet. I've got S-class or A-class activated Indians, which are doing well, and I've got where I keep building and it's working out. It's not as easy to get it going with power as electromagnetic, but at the same time, I'd rather go ahead and make use of these than just keep searching endlessly for that absolute perfect spot. I did search a lot at one point for what I thought would be a perfect planet with a perfect, hotspot configuration, and I couldn't find it. You can only spend so much time looking for perfection before you just say, okay, I need to just go ahead and get this going. All right, where is it? I see. Okay. So I see the gas cloud icon pointing that way. Yeah. Now it's pointing that way. Wish it would just mark the central area. Like, I was about to die. So you're focusing on that. About to start getting irradiated. Okay, you know what? Just put it here. If worst case, I'll come back. I would like an A class, at least. If possible. Unless, of course, there is like a... If I find another B class and there's like a nearby electromagnetic hotspot, then okay, different story. It'll make it easier on me power-wise as long as they're close enough. But that does not happen very often. I feel like if you got an in-game sensor that was scan, it would have to be short range, kind of like how we could do this and it's only short range. If you had one, if you mean like one that you could do from your capital ship or something, where it can scan like the whole planet for that kind of spots, it would be kind of like, what's the point? By then you should have pretty much everything you need already in place just by going out and finding it. And the other thing would be, like, if it's going to show all the locations on a planet, it's going to be a lot of markers on a planet. I don't know if you want to have that many. Well, like, hey, markers showing around the planet. That's why I would think, at mat slots. Oh, so I've actually maxed out my storage. Okay, so exosuit there. Oh, and I got something damaged. I didn't realize I had something damaged. Plus, it would have to be the same kind of scan like this, where it scans maybe particularly for it. Or, you know what? Actually, it could be really good with, let me pull this up. Like the Exocraft radar is recharging. But it lets you go in and choose, like, hey, I want to, there we go. Trade outposts, deposits, being the deposit storage buildings, ruins, and alien structures. If they added something for the Exocrafts and Starship that could scan short range, and you could choose like how that does, mineral, gas, or power, that would help. If nothing else, just to show where they were, but not tell you the quality of them. Say like, hey, here's this. This, if you find it, it might be C, it might be S. You don't know until you get out and look at it. That would help, I think, balance it out of it not being too overpowered, because you still have to get out, to actually look at it. Kind of thing like with the Exocraft. You still have to get out of the Exocraft to actually scan for stuff. If you just had a scanner that could tell you, oh, there's a deposit over here that's S-class. Ooh, speaking of S-class. Oh, of course, going back the way I came. Going up the mountain. Oh, is it going to be in the mountain? Because that'd be kind of neat to have one in the mountain. There, like inside that little area. Like it's right there inside, and I just have a nice little hidden outpost. And it's not. Okay, well, close. Oh, let this be I mean, everything's been radon so far. Oh, come on. There we go. Wait a second. That I was scanning S class, right? Because that's the one over there I scanned that was a B. All right, I'm getting out. Yes, S class. Right next to the B class. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just gotta keep going for a little while and just hope you stumble across the right one. Oh, you oxygen. Well, I'm gonna save that one because, you know, that I might build an oxygen base there too to go with my chlorine stuff. My other one's doing pretty good, but you know, it won't hurt to have a second one. Wish you could have multiple like markers on the map, like instead of just I got the one there, let me put a second one. All right. I was so hopeful. Got an S class. Wrong type. But yeah, I mean, I might go build one there, you know, just because. I always use more oxygen for my chlorine stuff. And chlorine is doing so well, especially in comparison to like the activated indium. Activated indium, less work, you know, just go grab it, but the chlorine is not much more work, and I'm getting a lot of that. I just would like to not have to worry about constantly processing stuff and be able to do other stuff processing wise. It's a B class. I'll throw past it again. Come on. Of course, the radar. You know what? I'll mark that one again. Forget the oxygen. I got oxygen. I need the radon, and ideally an S-class radon, which is not going to be as easy to find. But yeah, no other hotspot. Different color save beacons will be, you know, useful. I think they should have done something kind of like with Subnautica where you can put like the different pin, like the markers, and then go change color. Really just, we need a way to change the name and then delete them. It's such a common thing in other games. I guess they didn't want people to keep marking stuff all over the place and just forget about it. Also kind of why you have like the communication thing that people leave everywhere to let, you know, people mark stuff as a, it's basically like a flag type effect. I'll do that on the next one. I'll just put a communication thing down temporarily. First aid, yes. Gotta keep myself healthy and fit. You know what? I probably should look for another cloud. C class. All right, we're gonna go that way then. It was aiming that way, so I'm gonna go this way. Like, you know, excuse me while I, you know, back up from hitting that thing. Rolling, oh, the spores. Yeah, those are always useful. I didn't, I remember seeing them at one point, but I didn't, like, mark where it was. I just didn't grab them because I was looking for something else, and I should have marked them. I've got my planet now that is kind of one that got posted on Reddit, where people were, like, one guy found it. It was like 40 the balls in one location and built a base there and shared it, and now everybody else has got their bases all around. I found one. Mine's 11, I think, because I renamed it to say 11 balls. Because I didn't want to be like so many bases there. Somebody's got like moldy balls for the name of their base, some variation of that, and it says like, okay, where's the balls? And then they have no balls at their base. It's just it's an Axis one. They called it moldy balls to say this is the one they use to access the other one that actually has the moldy balls. And it's just fun to, I guess, put moldy balls in the name of the base. But yeah, those are good. That's why I've got the one that's 40 at that one base. I got another base there. I think it was like 16. And then I got mine that's got 11. So I could just, you know, teleport between those 3 bases in sequence. And in 20 minutes it takes to process a stack of 9,999 to, you know, 1,999 nanites. And the time it takes to process that stack of 20 minutes, I can fill 50 slots in a storage container with runaway mold for processing. But it's that time consuming, you know, 20 minutes per round to process it, which I don't like. Yo, helpful at the beginning for sure, but as you get into like needing large amounts, you're doing a lot of processing. I think at some point I'll go find me another planet where I can find the runaway mold. Curious deposits is what they show as, instead of just runaway mold deposit. But if I can find another planet that has a lot of those, I'm going to do a lot of driving around looking for multiple large deposits. Just build a quick little base at each one and just have them be like 18, you know, bases of moldy balls. I can just rotate through my own set of bases and just, you know, no time at all, have plenty of runaway mold for nanites. Oh, look at that airtime! Woo. Y'all gotta try to get good airtime with this vehicle, you know? You know, maybe with the going back to the scanner idea for finding deposits like that. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe the ship, the starship, could have it where instead of it being, you got, oh, here's the deposit, and it shows like the spot. It's kind of like, you know, with the missions, land here and then start your survey to find what you're looking for. Even though you could technically probably, if you got a clear view, see what you're looking for on your way down if you're at the right angle. Maybe it could be like that, like the starship, you're flying along, you hit C or, you know, X, and then choose the scanner thing. You go there, you say, I want to find a mineral deposit. And it says, and it gives you a generalized area. Not exact, just a generalized area. It's also B class, I'm not going to worry about it. That way, you get like, hey, there's a deposit in this area. And you have to land, and then from there, do the survey. So it would give you that advantage of being able to find them a little easier. Like, you're going along scanning, and you can see, like, the pop-ups for, like, the mineral deposit, or, like, the actual, you know, deposits you visibly see that you harvest with the terrain manipulator. Have it show, like, that kind of thing. As you go around, you're in range. It's like, hey, there's a gas deposit nearby. And it gives you a marker, and you go there, and you're somewhere near it. Kind of like it, not necessarily like it'd be kind of like it's at the edge of the deposit, and you have to land and hone in where the core of the deposit is. Well, that's not helpful. I'm going like worse. Maybe the other ones, nitrogen and sulfurin, will be a little bit easier to find good deposits. Nothing. Which this is not really any different than what I did for, I think it was that last activated indium deposit. I did a lot of searching for that one. Yeah, it's like at most of the bases for the runaway mold on that planet, every one of them's got refiners, so you can start refining your stuff, you know, at somebody else's base while you're there. I set up refiners at mine, but I don't ever really use them. I just, now for that, I'll grab a whole bunch of runaway mold and then just set it going in my refiners on the ship, on my freighter. And then the ones in the base are doing the chlorine expansion. But, you know, if I can find something like this where it's just, oh yeah, go collect gases, collect all the plants. That's the other thing. I'm going to have to build a spot where I have all the plants in proper growth. And that's the advantage, is if I can find a good spot, like one of these gas deposits that has a nice electromagnetic deposit nearby as well, I'll turn it into the production site. And I'll put all the plants there. That way I have plenty of power. But I remember seeing somewhere somebody say they did like a separate, basically a separate building for each type of plant, or separate structure area for each type of plant, because there were so many they had to grow of certain ones. Oh, we gotta stop for this. Let's see. Just random stones holding navigation data. Totally normal. I mean, it shouldn't actually be that much for them to add to like the standard scanner like this. You see, I've got all the storm crystals showing up too. It'd just be another marker if they did that. You'd just be like, hey, I'm running this. I'm in range. Oh, hey, look, there's a gas cloud deposit spot there. Okay, let me get over here and get out, use my actual scanner from a multi-tool and see what it is. You know, that way you get the utility of, you can find them a little easier while you're driving around, but you still have to get out and actually scan it to figure out what it is, you know, because they don't want to make it where you have no reason to get out of the vehicle, you know. It's not a driving game. And again, I got stuck. I saw. I heard it. Or where is it? Oh, I'm getting scanned again. Where's? Oh, he's inside. Ha ha! Oh, running through him. And really? The trail of dust I'm kicking up doesn't show you where I'm at? It's like, oh man, he went over the hill. Where'd he go? That's the quickest I've ever had them deactivate, I think. Ah! Okay, I'm getting closer to just saying the B class deposit over there will work. I still got 2 more I gotta find. I just don't want to use C class. This is too low. Oh, I've got 3 Class A, at least Class A. I think 1 was a Class S, but I can't remember for sure. Activate Indian bases. And I actually did deck out the nicer one, the one I already had set up really nice. I decked it out. It's got, I think it's about 85,000 storage capacity now. It's up to that 47 hour and change spot. So if I do miss a day, I'm not like missing any opportunity, but I'm also going to keep adding more extractors to try and get it, getting more stuff. Ah, come on. Ah, I'm trapped sideways. Oh, come on. All this time and that's still kind of like just really clumsy. Yeah, I'll go on foot for a minute. It's fine. A class. Okay. Well, I'm going directional. Let's see what it is. Uranium. And C class again. Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll scan again from there. I don't think I have that many things I have left to unlock. But, you know, building up a nice little stockpile, somebody needs it on a new game save, I can help them out. I'm talking about salvage data. Just FYI, if you weren't following me on that train of thought. Yeah, I don't think I have that many I need to get unlocked still, but again, Xbox helped me out when I first started this save, gave me a whole bunch, so I want to be able to at some point help somebody else out with a big donation of salvage data to get them started. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna absolutely have to have it, you know, at some point. It'll just be a byproduct of stuff I get. Alright, yes, I'm going the wrong way for that class C. E-class power, okay, that's good. I don't need to feed you. Oh, you know what? Let's just try it. Why not? Feeling exhausted. All right, I'm gonna pet you so you suddenly feel energized. Yeah, finally give you a treat. He's super happy. Let's see. No. That. Go that way. Turn. Yes. That's one thing they don't. They're horrible controls on the creatures. Alright, this might be a little easier to move around. Oh, getting tired or wanting to look at those creatures going by? What are you doing? There he goes. I did not want to go uphill. Yeah, get yourself a flying creature. Like this. You know, one that actually has decent speed to it. Because it does make it easier in some cases to go around like that. You just want to, you know, tell it which way to go. Then it's only... yeah, come on, come on. You see my character like, go, go. And creature's slowing down. Okay, let's see. That is another advantage right there, is I don't have to dismount in order to use the scanner. It's a C class, I'm not worried about it. I think I'm going to use this creature on the rest of them. What's that? Oh, that must have been... I can't look up. It won't let me look up. But that must have been a frigate entering the atmosphere. This is so much easier. Class A rusted metal. Yeah, technically, yeah, that's a good way to get ferrite for it. I'm not worried about stuff like that because, like, the sulfurin I can never find reliably on traders. Same with, like, the radon, yeah, I can't find it, but nitrogen I find every now and then with them. I just want to get those out of the way because I need so much of it. But stuff like the pure ferrite, magnetized ferrite, I can find that at the space station in this system typically. Like, I have done that just to, you know, stockpile for base building, and got probably at least 2 stacks waiting in storage right now for just ferrite and pure ferrite. I think magnetized ferrite too. I can't remember for sure on that one. So I just buy those. You know, that's easy enough. I can just go and purchase all that I need. I'm gonna go worry about stopping. Yeah, definitely get yourself a good flying creature that has decent speed, because this is a lot easier. This makes it more pleasant. Till it's only like he slows down. Oh, I was wondering about what am I being chased by, because it sounded like it was getting close to me. Oh, there we go. C class again. Honestly, this actually does work. I would say better. I'm not as protected if I did get attacked by sentinels, but I'd say this works better in terms of travel. That creature's happy, you know. It gets to spend time with me, and, you know, I get a free ride. As much, maybe, you know, going uphill is a problem, but the, you know, flying off the edge of a mountain is so nice on this. It's just like so easy because it is such a long flight time. Yeah. See, I'm going the wrong way still. You know, maybe one thing they could do, because what is it? We got the derelict missions. You go buy the stuff for the derelict missions. You know, it costs 5 million, 10 million, 20 million a pop. Then, they could do an in-game type of thing that's for people who are like, you either really have to save up like money, do like a whole bunch of other stuff to save your your units up to get enough to buy it, or you just have to get far enough into the game. But like a fancy navigation scan thing, like we got the graphics seem off. How do they seem off? But like you know, you got the little navigation markers where you go in and it tells you, hey, there's this alien site here. You don't know which kind. Maybe you could do that. Maybe it could be something like that. You could buy, not trading a navigation marker point, but buying it. That says, hey, we've got a resource scan. And it tells you, you buy like the kind of resource, gas, power, mineral. And it tells you, here's one. Does it tell you what quality level? Does it tell you what type it is? Whether it's like, you know, nitrogen, oxygen, radon. It doesn't tell you that. You scan it, and you have to actually go down and look at it. It might be C class, might be S class. But you could go and buy the coordinate, like, is it not a coordinate, but a scan that tells you that area has a deposit there worth, you know, might be worth checking out. Oh, you're welcome, TFFG. Oh, observatory under attack by... Oh, it summoned my ship for me automatically. How nice. How long does it take for it to get destroyed if I don't do anything? That's the question, is if I do nothing, does it actually get destroyed? And will they leave my ship alone? If I'd shoot them down with like my multi-tool instead. Do I get bonus points for that? I should. Was it the graphics seem off? You still didn't say why the graphics seem off. If it's like something with the way it's moving. Oh, somebody's fighting him. Okay. Hey, wait, I hit the wrong button. Come here. I hit the wrong button. Now I can't get back to the stupid... Where's it? You seriously, like... There, come here. Oh, he pooped on me. I saw that drop. I saw it. Yeah, he pooped on me. He tried to hit me with it. Come here. Come here, you stupid thing. That's one thing about the flying ones. They're hard to tame, and then hard to get them to actually, like, target where you can do something with them. Oh. I'll save that one just in case I do want to come get, like, a living ship, and I have to come to this planet. All right, let's see where. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well into this already. I think I will have to just stick with that stupid blue or a B class. Blue class. That is blue class because it's B. Stick with that stupid one over there. I don't feel like spending all 3 hours trying to find one deposit for something that really isn't going to matter that much in the end to me. It's not like, oh, I'm doing this just to get something else to make more money. This is, I got a reason behind this. Oh, that's nice though. Look at that. Quite a few storm crystals all together. Ooh, A-class deposit for mineral. Its colors are looking weird for it. It is, you know, it's one of those where the atmosphere does have some, like, especially with the storm now, some weirdness to the way the colors change. Well, it's not looking that weird for me while I'm riding on Dino. Alright, come on. One more deposit. This next one is not A class or S class. I'm going back to the B. This next gas deposit is not an A or S. I'm going back to B. And if it is A or S, it better be radon. That's the one I'm looking for right now. Think radon? Yeah. Because I still got to build the base. You know, once I get there, I still got to set up and build a base. That's not going to take very long. I'm pretty sure, enough supplies to get each one of them started. And I can easily go buy more. I can't even remember how much is. I bought like, it's something like 300 or so metal plating at one time because I was doing so much expanding on one of my bases, one of my Indian bases. I would say, I think it was something like I had enough for like 300 solar panels at one point to build 300 solar panels. C class. All right, that's it. I'm not gonna walk back. No way. I'm going back there. Let's see how far away. 44 minutes to get back to the Exocraft. I don't think I've really traveled 44 minutes. That does show kind of how fast the creature does help me move. Wow. Okay. So even on the ship, sped up. Over a minute travel time. So I did travel a good bit around the planet. Trying to find an S class. Or at least A class. We're going to go with the B class. Yeah, having the pets was a nice idea. You know, and going beyond just, oh, you get a pet and it's a little one that lives on your ship or at your base or whatever. Having it where you could actually do stuff with them. That you could actually, you know, having the stats for them, like the loyalty and everything, so they'll actually, like, listen to you and such. And, you know, you could tell them, like, hey, go over there. Or look at that thing. And have them, where they can actually harvest stuff for you is great, too. It gave them more utility than just being a cosmetic thing. That you can ride them, you can have them do stuff. Definitely, you know, in that direction of like how Ark is, you can actually have like, oh hey, go smash some rocks for me, get me some stone. Kind of have a creature that does that, you know. All right, so I'm just gonna look for that max concentration point. Well, if max concentration is 60, then I mean, I'm right here. Well, mark it there. That's the 59%. So, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna get rid of that so it doesn't poison me. All right, so that's gonna be. I'm gonna do a platform, and I'm just gonna keep this more compact. I'm not gonna go overly big with these. So, you know what? Actually, this is perfectly fine right here. Yep. Claim this spot. If I at some point come across, just happen to see it, and I realize, hey, I need that because I have a radon base, but it's not as good. I see an S-class radon. I'll rebuild this, tear it apart, you know, go do something elsewhere. Okay, so I'm going to go with the alloy floor panels. And now all my stuff is in the storage rooms on my freighter. And my freighter's in this space, this solar system. So 2,104 of those that I could build. I really want it to be like that. I don't want it to be that low. So we're going to pump it up a little bit higher. There we go. Like that. Take that out. Actually, take that out. That like that. Boom. And that's the thing with it. Oh, I put it with that being the middle. If I do it like that, that works. But I don't know if I want to do like 6 wide on everything. I guess I could do that. Like there is the panel. So that's the middle. That's going to be the actual extractor, collector platform. Then go over here to be a same thing. Solar platform for power, because I don't think there was no nearby hotspot. Yeah, so scan that while it was up and visible. Okay, so that gives me power, collection. Or actually, we'll do collection, storage together like that, and then power here. And then what I'm going to do is simple. So these are stackable. I'm going to do the square room coming off of one of these. I need... There's a trick I did before for this, the door thing. Oh yeah, that. I need another row on that. Basically, okay. How was it? I did this is so long ago, but I did. There we go. I got that. Corridor. Oh, that's what it was. I had to do. I had to build the doorway, and then snap the corridor to it. So we'll get that, and that's gonna be the where I come in, and there we go. Be the teleporter, and there we go. Teleporter. And what I need, I'm gonna put like 1 battery inside so I can check the status of the power levels once this is done. That's not good. Yeah, we'll have that. The battery is just again so I can like look and see how the charging is going. I'll actually make it snap on that. And so this will be... Oh, no, I don't want to do... Oh, wait. Oh. I know this... Okay. Yeah. I need storage here. Or, oh, no, I can do, I'll just, I threw myself off there. I'll do, oh, yeah, we'll do a corridor. Why not? Let's do a nice little glass corridor. It leads over here. And that's good right there. What's that? Mirror seeing there. Access ramp. Boom, like that. So I can walk out here, grab what I need, and then I'll have access to power if I need to do some adjusting. Let's just make it simple enough. Now, I think I can get inside. So that's not a problem now. Yeah, this will work. So, let's get the gas extractors first. Starting with dead center, because that's the max concentration. Yeah, like that. Well, off a little bit, but I can adjust that. Having some snapping with that would be helpful. Where, you know, it gets snapped to different points. I'll do it like, well, I'll just do down the middle for right now. Like that. And that gives me basically the backbone idea. So I'll have everything linking to this with the piping and the piping going over here. And supply depot, whatever we want to say it. And the reason I'm doing this is because I've started doing it with my other bases. Stacking. Just build some walls on the corner, build another level up, you're good to go. You know, it just makes it a little easier to me now to do it like that. So these I'll do in the middle since I've got easy access to it right now. And that will go over there. Okay, so not going through the middle. I don't like how they changed the piping where it can't just link from each side anymore. You got only like one spot for it. It's frustrating. So we'll start with the batteries. And oh, what am I running low on for that? It's got to be the carbon, right? Let me check and see. What am I running out of? Condensed carbon. Yeah, there's the condensed carbon. Not like I don't have tons of carbon right now. I just had not kept up with getting my carbon condensed. It's my fault. Yeah, the OCD people with that definitely, I think, need something like that. Like, there's a snapping aspect to things like that, but you can't get the same layout you might want snapping with, like, say, inside of this. Like, oh, I'm going to snap and it's going to mount inside. You know, I'm talking like, not even necessarily snapping, like snap builder for Subnautica. You know, you had that fine-tuned placement that you could sit there and say, okay, make this a little bit more fine-tuned now than it was. You know, it lets you choose how refined the snap was. And I feel like that's the sort of thing we should have in this game, along a lot of other games too. Need to have that. Wait, not the extractor battery. I'll do the battery. So we're just gonna do. I've been doing 3 deep. So yeah, I may take that one out from inside since I'm gonna see all those. Yeah, of course that messes up my rotation. Ooh, I may just do. I was gonna do it like that's the centerpiece, and then solar panels all around. But I might just do it like a row of batteries. So I have like I can walk out, and then there's the batteries, and that's Yeah, that's my battery line. Thing is, I got plenty of carbon production. Way more than I need. Yeah, that will work. That will give me enough there. While I'm thinking about it, I know how I'm going to do the power here. It's going to link to that, but I also want a power connection. Let's see. How I want to do this. Yeah, I'll go right there. That's fine. It's cleaner to have a central point where everything kind of links, you know, to that, so you don't have like all these different wires going every different direction. Like every one on this outside edge of the collectors can go there, and then that can feed to right here, and then all the solar panels here will feed into the battery, and the batteries will feed to like right there. Let's do it like that. It'll just be battery to there. Just makes it simple. I don't like doing that anymore because it's such a pain to try and take them out. Something's messed up. Like now I can't even target. Alright, it's fine. It's gonna go that one. And last one for now. I'll probably have a second row at some point on that, but that gives me at least a general layout. Now, 265 solar panels. Still also need a nudge button, so you can nudge into position. Or again, that back to people with OCD or people who just you want it to look a certain way. If we're not gonna have the snapping, the snap builder type thing, at least a nudge button, like, you know, just a little bit further, and then you tap it and it goes way too far. Yeah, you do the electrical cloaking. It's not so much the electrical cloaking that you see, like the wires. It's still just, it's a cleaner one than like, oh, you got, when you are editing something, you're trying to fit something, I have all these wires going all together into here. It can make targeting a certain one in the if I need to change something bad, troublesome. So I typically stick with trying to keep it in a flow type of pattern, and I'm just going to build these on the outside because it's just easier to target. And that will go to that one for now. Actually, let me take that out and get another row now. Actually, I might take that one out too, just because it is a little bit tight feeling being pressed up against there like that. I can always add one back in if I need to, but this, I just need it to last through the night. And again, I can just build another floor. It's not going to be the most attractive looking base, but I can build another floor up on each of these and just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. While I'm doing my Activate Indian base and my Oxygen base, it's just made it so much cleaner to set them up, and they just keep stacking upwards. I think I'm just going to do this whole, everything from here to here is going to be solar panels, and then I'll roll some extra battery lines out on the other side. So when this kicks in at daytime, this will start kicking out some. I can't believe they still haven't fixed that. You click the wrong thing with the electrical wiring. If you right click out, it closes you out. You basically have to completely close out of the build menu instead of saying, oh, I did not mean to build that one. Can I, try again? Like other games, you close completely out of the build menu, and then you have to go back in, or you just have to place the wrong power line down and then remove it. That's really, I can't believe there's not an option to cancel that one. Once you click the first point, you should be able to cancel out of it without exiting the build menu. This is going to be more than enough for right now. It'll give me some room to grow. I'm not, let's see. Okay, yeah, I just want to get this done once we have morning come and I know it's working. Maybe, let me check my stats here. Yep, okay, that's done. Carbon to fuel it and carbon to, you know, processing it. Alright, so maybe I'll just go ahead and do like, yeah, a row of batteries here. So I got 7. Let's see, that's not quite enough. I can't remember if I could find, if I found anybody selling condensed carbon anywhere. So I'll have to look and see. One short. Oh, put in the wrong spot. Oh, before I do that, let me get this one done. And boom. Okay, so now I just need to, again, link each of these. Boom, like that. Then we have this and that, and now my power is rigged up. Power goes to here. Power comes out from there to here, goes to here. So we got 5 and 5. Definitely gonna need some more supply depots, which I've got no problem buying metal plating. That's not a problem. I'll go buy like inventory full if I have to. That's easy. Let's go to the space station. Alright, so now let's see how I can line this together. Actually, let's go in there. We're gonna go to this one, like that. Boom. Boom. And same thing with that. The piping, same thing. They need to fix that. You accidentally click or you click the wrong spot for the first target, you should be able to back out without completely closing out. Okay, that gives me that. So now I'll go this side. Kind of, I think I got it far enough out. Again, like a snap or grid building system would be nice. If we could see like an overlay grid that lets us kind of fine tune it. You know, snap to that grid as opposed to fixed points would make things just much nicer. Make it easy to get lined up the way you want. Look even nicer instead of fighting with it for so long to get it lined up just right. Okay, that's let's see, what's my storage? Well, I don't know anything yet until it starts. I'm not even worried about a landing spot on this, as I'm teleporting here, teleporting away. 16,000 radon. Okay. And what's it? Is 47% on that one. 59% on that one. So yeah, I'm gonna get a decent concentration going around this, and I can just keep stacking up. If I get to where I get 30,000, say every 24 hours, I think that's good. That's what I've got on my oxygen one. I feel like it shouldn't be a problem to get that here. I'll move that there. Ooh. Yeah, I'll just move that freighter. This should be fine. What time? Wow, it's late. And yet it seems like it's getting lighter because of the storm. So, alright, we're gonna be waiting here a moment. Is it? Wow, Timmy left me. I didn't even notice that. He's gone. He took off to the other room. He said, forget this. See, for me, a rusted metal farm, it's fine, except then you have to go and process to make the metal plating. Like, if I just need the ferrite, you know, dust. And ferrite, I mean, like, I've got that ferrite there. And I've got pure ferrite there. Oh, magnetized ferrite there. You know, it's ferrite, ferrite plus, and ferrite plus plus. You know, as little as I've got right there, the freighter, which, I can still see the storage containers. Like, there's some metal plating. There's a bunch of metal plating. I just kind of toss it in there because I don't have room. Ferrite, dust, the magnetized ferrite, pure ferrite, just stuff. Oh, there's more ferrite dust. You know, tons of stuff that I've been buying because I make money with the chlorine and with the activated indium. It's just easier, you know. And yeah, you might, depending on the space station, you might have to go to a lot of them. But if you go to a good, you know, a well-developed, good economy blue star system, it tends to have a bit more of a chance that you're going to have really good results. Now, I have, for metal plating, I've found some traders that come in, and it's like, oh, yeah, I got 60 metal plates. But then the next one I go to is like 180 metal plates. So, you know, okay, fine. One's only 60, but I can buy over 200 metal plates in one go. It just makes it a lot easier to do that. No way I could just go up there and do that. Same thing with, I just go, every trader that shows up that's got ferrite dust when I'm thinking need it, I'll get it. Got a rolling ball creature. Don't you come mess with my base. Get my big gun out. Which, I really wish you could get rid of the mining beam from your gun. Like, I don't need it on my fighting multi-tool. It's not usable to me on my fighting multi-tool. I need it to be on my not fighting multi-tool. My weapon multi-tool is a weapon. The mining laser does not work well enough for that. Since I'm waiting, I got the supplies. I'll just go ahead and do the next row for each side. I probably could squeeze these in a lot tighter, but then I get into that whole point of targeting with the pipe to make it actually connect easily enough. And I mean, easy enough, again, I can just stack. Like 2 walls if you just want really close to the tops of these, and then 3 walls if you want to have a nice gap. And you can just build a nice stacked level up and then just do it again. Say, I clicked the wrong thing and it maybe exit out. Okay, so that is, should put me about almost 30,000. 26. All right, so I think that's what I had on my oxygen farm at one point before expanding. 15,000 is, I believe, the amount I need for a stack of 5 stasis devices, which should be about, it's like 75 million credits right there in the sale. So that's a pretty good, that's not bad, you know, very simple, smaller base. Plenty of power storage available, or power production available. 21 minutes till charge. There's definitely gonna need some more. How much? That may not be enough to kind of keep it going all night, but we'll see. I'll let it go. I'll come back later. And 12 minutes. Okay. So that's gonna take a little bit. Let's see, on that one, 7 hour. Time till full, 23 hours. So I mean, that's a good spot. I definitely want to add more storage as I build out more production on it. More power, more gas production, and then more storage for the gas. So 11 moldy balls. There's my base there. All right. I got my bases. Oh, I need to. Before I go. We're gonna name it differently because Ipsburg Colony does not tell me anything. So you know, we're gonna go Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi. Raid on, raid off. There we go. Raid on, raid off. That's we're capturing new screenshot too. Gotta get a. I mean, it's got a nice view now. I'll have to do more later once it's done, but for now, that's good. All right, raid on, raid off. I will remember what the base is because it's right there in the name. Okay, a space station. We'll go back here. I'm gonna buy supplies while I'm thinking about it. Run around the anomaly and hand out stasis devices to random people. I'm not doing exactly that. That's not my ultimate plan, I think, in the end. Of like I'm not going to just go and randomly give out stuff to people. But I'm kind of thinking of it being a case of I'll go and be like, hey, who needs stasis? Who's a new player that needs money? Because I'll give you stasis devices and just kind of give people that if they're in a new game save stuff to help them out, you know, help them get going. I want to see if my new head showed up. I bought, yes, got a new head. Oh, wait. Again, can't back out from stuff. All right, so I got the Shroud of Freedom, which kind of works because of with the whole cloak thing behind it. You know, you know, not sure about the big gold geek head. I bought that one recently. I think I bought that one. No, is that one I just bought? Okay, that looks too clunky on the body I'm using right now, so I'm gonna stick with this. I like the sleek, robotic, rogue type look. I forgot to go and try it. Sorry, A3. We're gonna buy the ferrite dust. Chromatic metal, pure ferrite, 631, see like that. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the cobalt too, just because I know I'm gonna end up needing it. I mean, heck, I've got so much. I've actually got some of the components I need for stasis devices, or some of the interim parts, just from the frigate missions. 173. There we go. Yeah, ionize cobalt, so I don't have to ionize it myself. That's, you know, one less step. So again, you got to find. This is a, I want to say, wealthy economy. I think it is. It's a blue star system, good planets. Ended up having a tropical type planet here, so good. Access to supplies, nice, easy location to live. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and get that tritium because I am using up a bunch. And hey, I could buy the rusted metal if I really, really wanted to. And this is a pretty consistent supply of ships coming in here. I'm not sure why my the freighter's in the system. I'm not sure why it's not letting me access like quick transfer to those storage containers. Yeah, that's plenty more metal plating. I'm just gonna wait for the next one. Okay, and while I do that, let's see. I got radon. So nitrogen is lush and toxic, which I can probably find on the existing lush tropical planet. So I need the barren planet next, which was sulfurin. And it's still got the navigation marker there, conveniently. Yeah, there are space stations where it's very slow to get NPC pilots in to buy stuff. Fortunately, this is not one, which is why I say go for like the wealthy blue star systems, because they tend to have more pilots coming in terms of you know, the economy is supposed to be really good, so people are landing to do trades and such. It's definitely lets me buy plenty from this. I'll get that. Not buying the chlorine. I sell the chlorine. Ooh, yeah, phosphorus. So you get a good mix as well with this system of what resources. You know, I found other systems where you get a lot of the pilots with plants showing up that you might need, which can be really useful. But I'll get plants here. I don't have like somebody come in and say, oh yeah, there's this plant on this planet, I'll sell you a bunch of that. Hope I will have room in the end for all of those metal plates. And I still need to condense some carbon. Or condense some more carbon. Let me see. Goes. Yep. Go ahead and fill out. I got plenty of carbon. It's not a problem on that. Let's go to Borat base. Borat base. I want to just change it to be donut base. It doesn't look like a donut, but the name's close enough. It makes me think donut. Now, technically, I could also get these gases from like the little atmosphere harvesters, the little ones. But finding a concentrated deposit is definitely the better way to go. Let's see, how much do I get from that one? 167. Yeah. Okay. So I'm about to deck this out. Not sure where that 2 spot came from. I will leave some room. There we go. Okay, so now I should be fine with the rest of this. Oh. See, now I can do the containers. Just so I can have some more next time I come here. Yeah, let that go. Okay, so that gives me 1 new base for 1 supply. It's running. So back to space station is easier to get in the ship and get out, as opposed to having to fly up through the atmosphere. Plus, might get some more supplies on the way. I mean, I'm not opposed to buying a bunch more metal plating before I head down to a base spot. And I need a scorched or barren plant. So we got desolate, where I guess technically I could just teleport to that base. I didn't have to go fly down there. I guess I could just do that since that is... You know, I don't think I ever looked. But it would be nice if I just pop out and like right just over the hill, Class S sulfur deposit next to the portal. I'm not gonna complain about that if the game wants to do that. That would be actually very time saving and convenient. I have 1 base for 2 purposes. Oh, it's C-Class. Oh, it couldn't be S-Class. Come on, C-Class. I guess worst case, I can say, all right, I can go bigger because it'll be one base instead of two on this planet. Still, think about it. That is like so perfect. S-Class right next, even A-Class right next to the portal would just be phenomenal. It's gonna be oxygen, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Well, at least it's not like a total like letdown. In that case, it's still a letdown, but not that big of a letdown. No, let's do the mech for a little bit. I'm not a fan of the animation with the mech. You get in and you gotta wait for yeah, God, ready, you know, that animation thing to happen. And then you get to jump a bit. It's fast, but if you get out a lot and have to keep getting back in, then it's not as useful because it slows you down with that animation. Okay. Of course, it does protect me from the environment, which is so weird that the Exomech suit protects against the environment, but the Colossus doesn't without adding stuff to it. Like, why do you have to add something to this one but not the other? Or did I add one to this? I can't remember. I have bought so many upgrades. I don't think I bought anything for this to... Nope, I did do that. Okay, so you get one for it, and then you gotta buy the multiple ones for the others. I still don't get that. Yeah, the steering on it is also not great. And I have been trying so much to do the AI part of it and let it just follow me around and try to be helpful. It's just not helpful. Half the time I'm like having to turn around and look back and be like, is he coming? And then wait. Oh, hey, look, there he is. He's jumping. All right, come on, let's go. And then I leave him behind again. It's actually faster just to pilot the thing instead of having it follow me. Ooh, B-Class. That. Still not the A or S class, but it would put it on par, at least, with the other one. No, I'm gonna leave him behind. Go find this. Oh. Right on top of those. That's not at all inconvenient that those are in the way. B-Class Sulfurin. Alright. Mats of 60. Well, where's that 60 marker? There we go. Alright, so that's a B-Class. Again, it would put it on par with the other one. You know, honestly, I'm okay with this. B-Class, yes. A-Class, S-Class would be better, but I don't want to spend another hour looking for that and not finding it. And just, you know, let's go ahead and get this going. Oh, we got activated indium deposit. How nice. Clear some carbon real quick. Helps get stuff out of the way. Alright, so now can't break those, so I'm gonna do the same type thing again. Might have to do it a little bit higher up though. Base computer. You know what? On the deposit. Because it's not like I need the deposit. Sorry, anybody that comes here. That's on my base. I claim it. Right next to the what was it? The gathering landing pad place. Now I can't think of what they call it. My brain just went blank on that. Alright, I gotta figure out how I want to lay this out. So I'm gonna do pretty much similar to the other one, if not practically identical. Again, we'll raise it up. Almost feel like raising it up too high instead. But I'm not gonna. I think that will work well enough. Okay, so we get that. So that's the harvesting platform. Could go out this way to the collection platform. Let's do it as kind of like almost a mirror image. Like that. And then I'm actually going to build using the doorway first, I think. Oh, no, because that's this. All right, so we'll do like that again. And put the corridor on there. Get rid of that. Now that can build there. Take that out. And now I'm gonna do the glass corridor. That puts me centered to here. Lovely. That ramp is good enough. And that leaves, really, if I need to, I could put like a landing pad on the other side. It's not a problem for that. Just found the S-Class silver node. On my other game save, I had S-Class gold, S-Class silver. I was doing platinum from the two of those. That, you know, I did that as like, oh, I'm selling platinum. It was not worth it in the end. You know, this is, yeah, just like I'm doing it as a, I want to say I did it so that nobody can say, oh, you should do this. You didn't do this. You're missing out. I'm like, no, I did it. I did it. You know, I got it done. I can say I did it, and yeah, this works better than this thing. So, you know, it's a test just so I can say I have it. And then oh, wrong thing. Like you said, you go on there, go like the anomaly and just give out random random people stasis devices. I'm gonna do it as like, I want to go be able to say, oh, okay, for live stream, you know, if you got a new account, you need some money, come and I'll give you a bunch of stasis devices to get you going, to give you some money to help you out. I want to do it as like, yeah, I'm gonna give a bonus. Like, I don't want to go and give somebody a whole bunch of like the food products that, oh yeah, you could go and trade these for tons of nanites. You want to spend 2 hours doing it. Here's a stack that's going to take you 2 hours to get through. I don't want to do that to anybody. I don't like doing that. That's boring. To sit there and trade to, what's his name, on the anomaly for 2 hours, the food items, trying to get nanites that way. I don't want to put somebody else through that. So I'm not going to go trade those. I mean, I could trade that kind of stuff for, like, hey, I'll trade you this, and you could, you know, just go and sell it if you want. That gives some money, but you know, stasis devices make them more money, so. All right, got that. I'll get the supply depot. get these. As you know, this is S-Class will be nicer, but B-Class is sufficient for starting out, just for what I'm going to do with it. If I decide I like it, want to go really, you know, crazy with it, I can do so. I can go add a ton more later. Okay, power again. Need yep, right here. Just nice little central bots. And then boop. Boop. And just to, you know, just right there like that. Okay. So we got that. That will produce. Now I just need to get power going. So I actually have power. And the other one, I did it starting from the opposite side like that. So we're just going to do the same thing here. Veteran players doing a new build. That's why I'm not just going to start handing it out. I want to like... I'm going to offer it. You know, it'll be a case like, hey, do you want... Who's got a new account and they want some something to sell for high dollar, make some money. Oh, and I did not line that up very well, did I? You know, who wants something no cost to sell for money? You know, it's like going to a new player saying, hey, I've got plenty of salvage data, who needs some? And then you turn around and offer somebody a bunch of salvage data, you know, so they can unlock stuff. I mean, that's helping somebody out, saying like, oh, I'll give you salvage data so you can go ahead and get off to a better start. Well, that same as like say, I'm gonna give you something you can sell for money, get off to a better start. Yeah, some people don't want that help. I get that. You know, some people want to be able to say they did it themselves. Sure, whatever. Me, I'm fine with, you know, for me, the fun is not the build up. It's the, once you get going, the exploring, the tweaking, optimizing everything, you know, getting it all decked out. So you get to the point like, oh, I got this base all decked out. It's producing all this. Like, I've got more than enough money right now. I don't need stasis devices for myself. This is just to say I have it. But I don't want to start the game over and have to go through the whole growing pains again, you know? Some people like the growing pain part of it. I don't. I'm much preferable to like, oh, hey, look, I've already got all this in place. I'd rather stick with this and just, you know, be able to say, oh, I want to go build a base. I'm going to go build a base. And again. All right. Let me check. I'm actually gonna need to go. I think I got a full stack of carbon still on the base itself, or not on the ship somewhere. I have been dumping excess of that over because I've been getting so much. And really, I don't even bother with my little grow hydroponics on the ship, and I could be using that as a way to get tons of carbon too. I just don't ever bother with it. I just run through and get the plants. Okay, so now we're gonna work our way up. I did do extra solar panels here compared to the other one. That's fine. I'll probably eventually redo this and see that whole targeting thing. Just don't get how you could target something behind something else. Like, I don't get the whole, if you're snapping, say, a solar panel or a battery, you're snapping the battery and you're looking at the top of the prefab room, it shouldn't snap inside. It shouldn't be targeting anything inside. It should only be on the outside of it. Okay, that's going. Less of a weight on this one. Let's see. I think that's the same amount. Was it 1,200 on the other one? Definitely going faster. That. And I did not do... So, yeah, I didn't do as much right now on this one yet. We're about to fix that. So, yeah, okay. So give me this one, then I just have a nitrogen base to go and set up once I get this finished. So, yep, I'm going to knock out the rest of these really quick. Yes. What the? Oh, did I just do what I think I did? Did I? Yes, I did. Wasn't paying attention, or close enough attention. Put the wrong thing in the wrong spot. The other base, it was that side. This, I did this one mirror image, so I put it in the wrong platform. That. This should put, at least production-wise, it'll be on par with the other ones. So they should produce, once full, stay at the same pace till I upgrade. Yeah. This is gonna work fine. Not everything has to be a B class setup, or a S class setup. I mean, really, S-Class, the only difference is, you know, the speed, really, at which everything fills up, which, you know, would simplify things a little bit in terms of the extractors, the gas collectors. But ultimately, you know, B-Class is fine for this, because the more gas I produce every day, the more plants I have, the more plants I have to go harvest every day to keep up with the supply of gases so that I can level everything out the same. Because otherwise I'll end up with a lot of gas and not the other stuff I need to actually get going. There we go. 23 hours. Sulfurin might be a little better on the production here than the other one. All right, so that's. Oh wait, I gotta name the base. So what do I want to call this one? Wait, we gotta be funny. Yeti Lin base. You know, I like the idea of going with something nitrogen, so it tells me in the name, but I'm liking the Yeti part of it. Almost like, oh, you know what? Here we go. Nitro Yeti. That, yeah, right there. Nitro Yeti. I get the Yeti part in there that was, I was like, I want that. And then the Nitro part. So, Nitro Yeti, yes. And, if that's not already like a phrase, I'm coining it right there. Nitro Yeti. I wonder what it would create if I put that in like a AI art generator. I'll have to do that after this. The Nitro Yeti. And now, let's see, that leaves me with nitrogen. Wait, what am I doing? That's... nobody stopped me. This is not even the right place. This is not nitrogen. This is sulfurin. Yeah, sulfur. I was thinking of the wrong element. Never mind. It's not Nitro Yeti. Fine. It's the Sulfur Yeti. Fine. Nitro Yeti had that nice. It's like a Yeti like nitrous. Like it goes really fast. That's what I was thinking. Is like it's a Yeti that's like, you know, like skiing down the side of a mountain if Yetis ski, you know, going really fast. Okay, so let's see. That was all right. So nitrogen is lush and toxic biomes, which technically I have a lush one. Let's just take a look. Noxious planet. I could do it on a separate planet as opposed to having two bases on the same planet, because that's tropical, which kind of means nice, you know, not too bad of weather. But then I got noxious, which toxic, abandoned and planetary. All right, so basically I want to have base on this one, a base on this, two bases on this one, and a base on this one. So 3. Well, technically, that's a moon. I would say that's a moon. But still, 3 planets, 4 bases. Do I want to do 5 planets on 3 bases, or do I want to do 5 planets for 4 bases? Do I want to do it on the noxious one or the lush tropical one? Oh, what do you think? Do I do it on the tropical or the toxic? Timmy, where you at? So, you know, give him a snack and he just leaves me behind. Just being nice, let him have something to snack on, and he's just like out of here. Yeah. Apparently I must have used some storm crystals at some point. That. Go with the tropical. So I need to do one on the same planet I've already got a base on. All right. We go to the tropical lush planet. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure I didn't have a gas deposit nearby, because when I was looking at the planet, I was looking entirely for where's my power, where's my minerals, because I was hoping to find a spot with a nice power setup, which I did find a B class one. I think is what this is. I think it was B. Yeah, B. But yeah, no gas. And then, of course, the mineral one is just too far away, and C class. I just got tired of looking. Like, really, I just got tired of looking. I think this is the one I spent like 2 hours on, driving around looking at one point. Ugh. You know what? It's tropical. There's storms, but nothing that major. So I'm gonna take Dino. And let's see. I actually went. Can't remember what it was for. I did something. I went like just drove in that direction for. It's like some mission thing. I think of what it was. I already know. There's a lot of not great terrain that direction. So we're gonna go here. Yeah, this is so nice. I'm not running into stuff, crushing things. You know, some glowy balls next to my head. C class, no. We're gonna go at least B for whatever I find. B is fine. If I find an A or S class, I'll take it. But if it's B, I'm good with that at this point. I just want to get it, you know, going. And B class will match up to the others. mean, even right now, not doing anything else, they're 15,000, 16,000 a day. And that should be enough to do 5 stasis devices every day after I get the rest. Actually, since I did have everything in this system, as far as every planet type I needed, I've got all the bases are going to be in the system. I do have my electromagnetic hotspot there. I may just turn this base, the one I left behind there, into the, like, just deck it out with everything I need for plant production. And I may do some biodomes for that, just to kind of help maybe keep the count easier to deal with. I say that's just too far away from my base. Yeah, a lot of little ravines on this planet in certain places. If only I could tame a giant sandworm. And then have that as my ride. Besides feeling like I'm in Dune, be a lot faster. Get around. Seriously. Like this, but just flying through the air in this big giant sandworm. Just be a lot faster. I feel like somebody's got to have made a mod that lets you do that. Somewhere somebody's got to have done something that lets you basically, even if it's just a mod that replaces like one of these with a larger model for it. Somebody's got to have made a mod that lets you tame a sandworm in this. Now see, this would be a good spot for a base. If it had power, and mineral. That's what I was hoping for. Is there's some actual very flat areas, and then you got a lot of very rough areas with hills and ravines and just caves. If I could find one, the right setup on a nice flat area would be perfect. I don't care about your C class. In fact, I'm gonna go this way because that way. I also need to find, not here because I'm gonna now have 2 bases here, but I need to find another planet at some point and do another one of those, a planet that's got large underground like cave areas, or like very big cave areas, and build me another underground base like I did in the last save. Yeah, that's one reason why I haven't got back into doing anything Subnautica below 0 right now, is because with what happened with Nexus mods, the Subnautica community is so fragmented right now on modding, and it's just, with the last big updates to Subnautica, it just broke so many things as far as the mods. Plus, like, I really want the new updates to the FCS mods, but they're having to use their own version of the SML helper right now, which they say is not compatible with other mods. So you use the regular SML helper, is not going to work with their mods. Yeah, there's a lot that's kind of happened with that. That's not happening the same with other games like the Forest, Sons of the Forest. You're not seeing that on the Thunderstore mods for that. You're not seeing like all that fragmentation with it, and that's an actively developed game. You know, it's still in development, and it's not breaking stuff as readily. So ooh, that's why I haven't got back to Subnautica. Is I want to play modded, but it's just not a good position right now in terms of the mods and compatibility and the bugs. Alright, he can't. He's not fine-tuned enough to get in there where I need. Ooh, nitrogen! Nitrogen! We got it! Alright. That's 78. Alright, there's my mark. So, I need... you know, I'm just gonna do the base computer down here. Because it'll go underneath everything that I build. Claim base. It's your Goni base. It's already got me thinking of a name for it. I'm not using Nitro Yeti here. I use the Sulfur Yeti over there. I gotta go with something based off the Yorgoni part of it. Nitro Rigatoni. There we go. Nitro Rigatoni. Yorgoni Rigatoni. Or I'll think of something else. That's a starting point at least. Think, how am I gonna do this? That will work. I could do... I'm gonna build out that way, so that's not a problem with it extending out like that. There we go. So this. And let's do it from this side again. Power and storage collection kind of going together. Okay. Gonna throw down the door frame. Go to the corridor. So I need my snapping point. Boom, square room. And then just because it looked a little nicer. The glass. The door. The ramp. And then gotta throw a door over here. Now, get my teleporter in here. Boom. Okay. Now, all I gotta do is about out of carbon from that stack. Yeah, all I gotta do is just work on getting same thing set up. So that was good. Toxic plants always have big cave systems. Well, see, you know, I could have done that other plant now. This is fine. This is, you know, I'm close enough to the air base, so it's good. I can teleport back to the root base and just use that as my big plant production one. And then I'll check the toxic system. I'll probably do another planetary system, though, for a toxic or cave system base. And yeah, Subnautica, I'm not a fan of the prawn suit, you know, period, both games. So for me, I've got to at least have the extra depth modules for the sea moth, and having at least, you know, the pickup arm for sea moth is just great. I can't do the game without those now. It's just, it's, you know, there's mods that make the game nice to play and like a different aspect. It's kind of like shining it a different light on it kind of thing, like it, or, you know, a mod that makes you play in a different way, like the, there's the nitrogen mod or something for Subnautica. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but basically you can't surface too quickly. You know, it's like realistic in that you can end up with nitrogen bubbles, you know, in your lungs, like the decompression sickness. There's that, you know, it makes you play in a more realistic aspect. It changes how you play. Same as like I did for Below Zero, where I played removing the water from the game and then adding the water back, you know, played till it was like there was no water left, and then played when it was like, it was just everything was completely flooded. You know, there's mods that change the way you play the game. Like in that, it gives you a challenge or a different twist on how the game's played. But then there's mods that just, you play it and it's a quality of life. That's what it is. It's quality of life, and it changes the gameplay in such a favorable way that it makes it hard to go back. You know, that's what it comes down to. It's hard to go back to playing, you know, like Subnautica without the extra depth, without the sea moth arms. It's really tough to want to go back to playing vanilla. You know, same thing with some of the upgrades to the Cyclops. It just, I don't want to go back to playing without them. It's just, it's a less enjoyable experience. And that's, you know, some people are going to be like, well, it's too cheaty, you know, where it's not enjoyable. There, you know, there's players that want to play hardcore variations of a game. You know, they want to do, they want to play the game in a way that makes it as difficult as possible. They're not wanting to have it as a relaxing experience, you know, run around, just build and you'll enjoy yourself. You know, like there are people who Minecraft adventure mode, that's what they're for. You know, they're gonna play adventure mode, focusing more on the adventure part rather than like building a nice little base, making a decorative house, having an iron farm, stuff like that. That's why, you know, you got people who play games like Fortnite that's got building in it, but it's not a building game. It's not a base building game. It's a build real quick to give yourself some defense while somebody's actively trying to get to you and kill you. You know, that's an FPS game with some very minimal base building stuff in it just to add to the defensiveness in the game and not actually be a base building game. But Subnautica is a base building game. It's got story, but it's a base building game. You know, I hate when people comment on my videos saying, you know, oh, you don't have to do all that. You're just wasting time. This is stupid. You just play the game and leave. You know, just finish the game. You leave the planet. Yeah, okay, but you're missing a big portion of the game. I mean, if the point was just to do minimal building and then leave the planet, we wouldn't have as many cosmetics for base building in the game. We would not have as many components for base building, just like No Man's Sky. The size of the menu for base building components, for all the decorations you get and all that, this is a base building game. It's not just build and leave. You know, it is very much structured around you, you know, continuing to build and explore and try to make nicer bases. And they continue to give us more and more components for building nicer and nicer bases, because this is a base building game. That's what Subnautica is. You got a lot of stuff in there for building bases because it is a game about survival. And, you know, yes, there's a story that gets you off the planet, but that doesn't mean that would actually be the case. In some cases, you'd just be waiting for a rescue ship the whole time, which is part of the story. But, you know, I hate when people say, oh, you're missing the point. You just leave the planet and you're done. Like, you're missing the point. The game is about building and surviving on this world until you get rescued, except then you have to rescue yourself. And that's part of the reason why there's so many base elements in the game, is it's meant to be a base building game. Same with The Forest. The Forest is a base building game. And The Forest has that storyline, talk about the original game, that should not fit with a base building game, because it has, the whole story is a sense of urgency to go find and rescue your son. Why are you gonna sit there for a year of days and nights building base after base, or building one big base, before you go get your son? You know, that's a game that the story doesn't fit with the base building, but there's so much done to the game, so much development in the game for the base building part. It's a base building game. That is what you are meant to do in the game. It's because if it's not the way you're meant to do it, then they developed it the wrong way. You know, they focused on the wrong thing if you're not meant to build big bases in the forest. If you're not meant to build big bases in Subnautica, the devs focused on the wrong stuff when they were developing. No, it is meant for you to build big. You don't want to do that, fine. You got storyline, you can play it how you want, but it's meant for you to build big in the games. Alright. That. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually look on that toxic planet. Which is gonna be funny. I could find, if I find an S-class nitrogen deposit there, I'll build one on that planet and then just rip this one out. And just move everything there, which would be fine, because if I can find a good cave system, build me a nice underground base there. I'm thinking I've got the anomaly base in this system, and I can't remember what anomaly type it was, what feature it had, but if it is the light pillars, I would like to build me another base on that type of planet, like I did in the previous save. So, ooh, yeah, look at that. Tons of storage. Doing well. I'll go here and see. Much 21 hours. So this is going, it's the same amount of storage, but I'm getting better from it by that much. So it reduced it by 2 hours, going from B class to A class on what it currently is. So this will help. I won't have to build as big on this one to maintain the same size as with the other ones. But yeah, there we go. We got 3 bases set up for gas production. All right, Yorgoni colony. All right, this is not staying Yorgoni colony. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a funny twist other than Nitro Rigatoni, but that's Nitro Yorgoni. Nitroni Yorgoni. Nitro. Maybe, you know what? I got Sulfur Yeti. We'll just go with the Nitro Yeti. Nitro Yeti sounded so good. And then I can always go back and do Radon Yeti if I want to. Oh, I need to get a picture of it. I gotta update my picture to have a good picture of it. I get up high enough. All right, so 24 hours. I have my first batch of those. So now I gotta sort out the plant part of it. Let's see, we got time. Let's go back to the other base. So let's go my bases now. So 11 moldy balls. That's that one. I didn't get a picture of Sulfur Yeti. That's okay. I'll get it later. So 3 new bases today, just for gas. Yeah, Nitro Yeti. I'm gonna look that up. I gotta try that after this. See if I can get like playground or something. Do a Nitro Yeti. I'm sure if I just put Nitro Yeti in, it's not gonna do much. But maybe I'd like Nitro Yeti. Yeti using nitrous skiing down a mountainside, being chased by an avalanche. Nitro Yeti. I will find something for that. I've got to now. I can't get that out of my head thinking about that. Let's see. Just because it's easier to look this way than there's activate cadmium. I didn't realize I had that much. That's all from my frigate missions. I've got to reorganize. I have started selling stuff like the sack venom and everything because I've got too much stuff. I'm running out of room. I gotta start going and just take like Viking daggers and go to a Viking system and just hand out daggers to every single person there, like over and over. Oh yes, I already got a bunch of radon from my ship being in orbit around the planet. I don't want to have to keep the ship in orbit around one planet at a time. That's just too time consuming. Oh, yo, look, another stack of radon there. It might help me make a few extra things. Some more indium. Yeah, I gotta go organize. Let's see. Calcis room. There we go. Oh, why did not... Oh, I know why I didn't put it there. Because, I didn't have any in there. There we go. Did I... I must have... No, I had two. There. I go. I'll use those later. Oh, wait. See... I used some. I'm not out yet. Activate indium. That's how much I got left there. That's from my chlorine expansion. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Okay. What is it? The stasis. I thought about doing a fusion igniter farm because you don't see as many of those. But looking at some of the steps involved, I was like, yeah, never mind. So iridescite, I'm getting a lot of those from my frigate missions. I'm not getting any living glass. I do get a lot of cryo pumps too. So I'm not getting the living glass, but I got the stuff to make lubricant and of course glass. Oh, it's a cryogenic chamber. I could just, you know, make that. And then I've got not sure how many that is of the circuit boards. Kind of hard to tell the number. I see a 2. And I got 29. I know I get circuit boards from the missions too. So I've got quantum processor. And boom. So I got 1. Let's just let's do that. And then living glass. Okay, that leaves me with, well, the quantum processor. Okay. Circuit boards. Okay, that's apparently I'm missing some stuff for that. So 1, and there's the polyfiber. Yep. So that's the thing, is I got a lot of the stuff I need already growing. Oh yeah, circuit board. Oh, fine. I got a lot of stuff growing already. I just need to tweak it. I'm gonna have to look at a I'll have to do like a calculator for this or something. Oh, what that? How I suddenly had extra for that. Okay. Cryogen, that was it. One. Okay, and then there we go. So I got 5 out of 10. No, just toss it on the freighter. Toss it on the freighter. So yeah, idea is I'm gonna build up like a whole bunch of stasis devices, but that's fine. That's 78 million units there. And that should be, once I get all the plants set up, I know I got everything set right. Basically, every day, at least 5, if not get it up to where I do 10 or so a day. It can hold 20 per stack. If I did like this whole thing of nothing but that, I mean, that's 78. I think it's with typical sales is about 75 million. We'll just do that for easy calculation. You're talking 300 million for a stack of 20. So that'd be 1.2 billion right there, or 1.2 billion right there. I mean, that entire row full of stasis devices would be more than you're allowed to have money-wise. And I could just go and be like, here, I'll give you, you know, here's 5 stasis devices, or here's 10 stasis devices to somebody starting out, and 150 million to somebody just starting the game. Like, especially somebody who's just buying it, because how often does the game go on sale? I mean, honestly, it goes on sale all the time. All the time, new players getting this game. Go in there and be like, hey, if you join in, you know, if you join in on the live stream, say hi in chat, I'll toss you 10 stasis devices for your new game save and give you 150 million worth of units to help you get started. I think that's a worthy trade right there. Get one more person hanging out with us in the chat. We'll do this one day. That's kind of, I'm just wanting to be generous is the main thing. Say I did this and I have it set up, but also be generous about it. And why not say, you know, help me out. Come join the live stream, hit that thumbs up, whatever. Cool. You know, here's 150 billion in you know, stasis devices. Just go sell them and you got it. Same way, if I can find places that are routinely stocking what is it, the multi-tool upgrades, like these. If I could find analysis advisor upgrades like this all the time, if I could find a recurring place or recurring other spots for that, I'd stock these and trade these too, you know, without knowing what it does. But look at that, you know, 8600%, 7600% for scanning. That's a huge boost to a new player too, right there. You scan one thing and it says, oh, you got 20,000 units for this. You know, 10 scans, you got 200,000 units. That can help too. It's just, it's not as easy to find those, especially in S-Class. Then you give it to a new player and they just don't realize they can pack them up and move them to another multi-tool, and they end up selling them with their multi-tool. But yeah, you know, 150 million, you know, like you said, get some a good ship, better ship than what they got. That's enough to get a good S-Class starship. Get them a good S-Class one if they can find one in a good system, or at least an A-Class, no problem, and let them get a good multi-tool that can work until they are able to find a good S-Class of either one. That's enough, you know, just from something I could produce every day or every other day. Yeah, why not do it? So let's look at this again. I gotta do some counts here. I may have to do a spreadsheet for this. Because, all right, so we're starting off condensed carbon, nitrogen. So I've got to have carbon, which is fine. I can build the freestanding plant stands like I have back there. That gives me carbon. Condense it. The nitrogen, again, because I haven't found anybody really selling this stuff. More condensed carbon and sulfurin. So that gives me nitrogen salt and thermic conduit, which you see I have a good bit from frigate mission, so I got enough for that. Frost crystal, gamma root. Let's all right, let's look at like just one of these. Oh, you see ionized cobalt, dioxide. See, that's again other stuff I can go buy. Just go and buy it, so I'm not worried about having a farm for every single one of them. Like I got a good bit. 1600 paraffinium, 3300 ionized cobalt, 5600 phosphorus, 1600 dioxide. I just go buy more now that I know I'm gonna be doing that. Condensed carbon, I just need a lot of carbon. Sulfurin, again there. That's radon and condensed carbon. Nitrogen, condensed carbon. So yeah, there's a bunch there for that, bunch there for that. Then I have the plant, so it's 100 frost crystal, or 200 frost crystal each. Oh wait, no, that takes 5. What is it? It's 5 for that. Yeah, so I gotta get a spreadsheet going on this. I'm gonna have to go. I'm sure somebody's got one out there. You could do that. Oh yeah, B-class freighter would be. I mean, honestly, the freighters, you know, you just get that first starting freighter, and I say try to hold out till you can afford to buy an S-class one and hit the you know, while it's still around, the No Man's Sky coordinate exchange. Go there, find your S-class spot, and then just do the routine to get the thing to trigger, like I did, to find the S-class that I wanted. And then once you're done, you don't have to buy another ship ever, unless they decide to add an option to have multiple freighters, which I hope they do at some point. Like you can have 2 freighters, you know, one is your captain freighter, one is your assistant captain. And then we get living ship freighters. That's what I'm waiting on. I want a living ship freighter, and I want the option to have a, you know, primary and secondary freighter. All right, so, yeah, a lot of Starbulb. Yeah, those numbers are just running over because I've been stockpiling for a while. I got plenty of that. Let me think how I want to do this, though. So this is, I've got 1, 2, 3 floors of planting spots. So I'll have to calculate out what I need, how many spaces. If I can, I'm just going to stick with that. That's fine. If not, I'll do... I might build like a little section over there with biodomes and just split the biodomes out by each plant type for that. Then, get the carbon. I need carbon, which is easy enough as long as I have a spot. I might just end up building... I can't build up on this without moving a bunch of solar panels. So, let me think on how to do this. I think on this. There we go. Standing planters. You know what? Just do it on this. This is also another thing that would be useful to have it snapping to a degree. Like, why is it not snapping, you know, here? Like, or at least not embedding into the wall. Let's see, it's about, I'll say you get about 60 carbon each, typically, per day. You know what, that's fine. Yeah, say 255 for 4 of them. 60 would be 240. If each, you know, or each one is 60, that'd be 240. So yeah, that's not a huge amount, and that regenerates pretty quickly. So I just gotta think of how I want to do that. And my carbon did get low. Yeah, I've used a bunch of chromatic metal. I used a bunch of stuff building the 3 bases. I have to go buy some more stuff. I don't think I ever even used that, really. Let's go buy things. Spend money. Yeah, probably don't need to teleport back to the same base. Double stack the biodomes for a smaller footprint. See, I would, I don't like biodomes because they have to walk in, you know, and go do that. I wish they would add some kind of function like that to the hydroponic trays. Because the hydroponic trays, the stuff in one corner is, the targeting with those is off so bad. Even now, been this way since like 2 point something. You'd be looking straight at the plant in the corner and you can't target it. But suddenly this one back and to your right, you know, you harvest it instead. You're not looking at it, you're looking at this thing. But the one right in front of you that you're aimed at, you can't harvest till you wiggle around and you end up looking like over here. And it harvested that one right there. And then you turn back and then it harvests this one, you know. I've literally had one time I was trying to harvest one and it harvested not the one right in front of me, not the one behind it, the one in the next row over at the back. The furthest one possible away from me, it harvested instead of harvesting the one I was looking at. And it's been that way since way too long. There you go. Nice solar class blue type one, similar to mine. 7 point something million. This A class, I mean, yeah, right there. You know, even just a stack of 75 million would be enough to get a good multi-tool and a good ship right there. The, you know, going beyond that, you probably then get into like you could buy the B class freighter as well. I don't think I need salt for anything right now. I mean, you know, since you can't just give money away directly, you can't just say, hey, here's some money. I gotta have another way to share the wealth with new players. Ah, he left before I could talk to him. I hate when they do that. It's like, you're ready, you're about to go talk to them. They haven't even been sitting there that long, and so they're like, nope, I'm out of here. Honestly, I need an upgrade to the storage rooms, devs. I need to do 20 storage rooms or 10 rooms with it's 100 per room storage capacity. That's what I need. I need the double the capacity I have right now. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Magna Gold is not something I see a lot. I would take the opportunity to grab a bunch of Magna Gold. I know I need it for something. May not be what I'm working on now, but I know I need it for something. It's time to organize stuff again. Carbon racks on your O2 farm? I don't really have a lot of space in my O2 farm. I mean, worst case, it's, you know, outside. What I do, I go build like a whole, I just build like bookshelves basically, like 2 of them back to back, and I just build rows of them, and I just run around and grab standing planters. I could put those outside, like right there. I put these here because I know I'm going to be coming up here to harvest stuff, and I'm going to retool that a bit. I can't remember what it was I was going to build with that at this point. There was something I had that for building. I maybe end up having to like switch to one of my other ships just for storing some stuff at some point.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Yeah, I may have to go to like one of the ships just to use it as a storage thing. I do have that little hummingbird, the beakless hummingbird. I mean, worst case, you know, I build a nice little outside. I can even make it themed, like make it look good. Outside area, I just run through collecting carbon. You know, get thousands of carbon every few minutes if I want to. Actually, that kind of got me thinking I'm going to do that now. Because that at least will give me some kind of extra visual out here, as long as it's not going to go crazy on making me have to do like a just stupid amount of wiring. Look at that. There's those up there. I still wish I could get one of them. They always fly too high for me to tame them very well. Again, a nudge micro adjustment type option would be fantastic for when you don't want to just jump too far. $8.49. So let's just say we round that to $8.50 right there. If I batch it on this other side, go up one row, come back a row, go around the other side, up a row, down a row, add some kind of decorative covering over it. 1,700, 3,400 pair of rows, nothing major. Be 3,400 right there. Carbon. And a matter of, you know, every few minutes. I mean, all I gotta do is teleport away, teleport back. It's gonna refresh. So, no problems there. I swear I've got a stockpile of carbon somewhere because I had so much being produced. I just had so much stocked up at one point. Actually, better way. Let's look and see. I've got like a semi. There's a semi stack right there. Okay, that can come back. All right, I freeze up a little bit. Oh yeah, copper. We'll put the copper there. Like seriously, I need double the capacity I've got now. Really, I really do. I was just not getting enough from that. S-Bots! Hey, you finally showed up. How was your cruise? I'm assuming you're back from the cruise by now. Otherwise, that's a unusually long cruise. Unless you paid for double tickets. Yes. That won't be a problem. Just the carbon's not a problem. Processing it won't be a problem. I gotta figure out what I need count-wise for the plants. Once I know that, I'll retool this. 3 floors of hydroponic trays get retooled to try and get me enough. And then, you know, if I have to, I didn't go too crazy up here on the solar panels. I just did it for the cosmetics. I can add another one up there, or I could go build me like a little biodome stack over there where I have like stairs that go up level after level and just have stacks of biodomes. Make it look interesting. I feel paused, or my feed paused. Try it. Yeah, it's probably my Xfinity. They're pretty awful around here now. They don't care. Welcome back, Jason. My ship's still there. I wish you could see the ships like you used to in atmosphere hovering up there. You used to be able to actually see the outline of them. Now my ship's up there and I can't see it. I can do that. I can see that. I just can't see the ship. Like I see the frigates, but not the ship. Yeah, I may try to do something over here with like biodomes. I want to make this decorative. I want this to still be like my primary base with all my goodies, so I can focus on decorative stuff elsewhere. That was weird. It was like shadow like on each block for a moment. Try to think what I could do. I might actually move. Depends on what I need. If I need a lot of room for the biodomes, depending on how much I need in terms of plants, I might actually just move the standing planters over here and build like a nice little setup over here, kind of as you step off the ship. You know, it's nice greenery to greet everybody on a tropical planet. Very tropical looking. You know what? Just because. There, some mordite. Gotta get some free mordite here and there. And ingredient storage. Oh, that's what it was. I was gonna do delicious stew. Or delicious vegetable stew. That was what I was doing. That's what I originally was putting together to create with the plants. And I did a batch of 100 of that. And as I started trading that for nanites, I realized this still sucks. And it's a lot easier to not trade this stuff for nanites and to just go and, you know, collect some moldy balls for nanites. So I very quickly stopped with trading and just sold all of the delicious vegetable stew that I had. I need to rename each of these too. I know what they are. I just gotta come up with names for each of them. All right, yeah, that's what we do. I'm gonna retool this. Be my stasis device production base. I think that's a good upgrade to this. No, what can I get rid of from here? I got hypnotic eyes. You know, I don't really need them for cooking, but it's a good way to store extra ones in here and not stack them elsewhere. Tons of plant stuff in here too. I've dumped a lot in here, especially the randomized ones you find. Oh, hey, look at that. That's where part of my carbon went. There's just shy of 5,000. It'd be great if you just like could choose a recipe and have it auto-populate the stuff from your ingredient storage. That'd be nice. Oh, really? All right. Well, I'll charge it up for later. I don't remember that having to be charged every time before. Okay. Well. So yeah, 3 bases done today. All of them are producing 16,000 every 23-ish hours. So there's 22, 23 hours. One's a little less. And you know, that's enough to get like a round of 5 once I get the plants sorted. I gotta do that, and I still have room to grow this. I like the idea of trying to max this out to say if I can. I mean, the storage is good right now. I'll double the storage easily. Just build a walls up on the corner and then build another level, and just link it all together. No problem. I don't think I want to worry about going above the one platform for these, because none of these have good power options nearby. So it's gonna be solar panels. I'll stick with the one platform, 1 or 2 platforms for power, and then just stack those as much as I need to get tons of stuff. And did I get paused again? Wait, refresh. Hey, it's all Comcast. Crap. It's finicky. It's garbage service, and unfortunately their horrible service is still better than any other option I have. So yeah, 3 bases all producing the 3 gases I need, and I just gotta give it. So 26,000. Okay, so 26,000 storage. I'm a little bit more storage, a little more production. I've got 30,000 each one every day. That's enough for a stack of 10. So I got to plan around how many plants do I need for making a stack of 10 stasis devices every day, and go that route. How am I a robot? It is, if you did the latest expedition, you unlocked the cosmetics for it. You gotta go and finish the last expedition. It was one of the cosmetics that you got with that. So yes, I got all 3 bases, planets in the existing system. On it, you know, every type I needed in the same system I'm in. 1 on the same planet I've already got base on. Actually, 2 on the same planet I got a base on. So yeah, I'll upgrade each one equally, keeping them matched. I just gotta figure out the plants for it, and once I get the plants sorted out, and hopefully my ship doesn't get landed underneath like that. Yeah, this will be, I'll be doing good, you know. good chunk of stasis devices to donate out to new players. Oh yeah, walk on my ship that stuck through the wall. Yeah, it's not just unlocking stuff. Like, yeah, you can go unlock stuff with like the I always forget this, the Quicksilver. But he's asking about the robot cosmetics, which was in the last expedition we did the other week. You know, I can't remember what it was called, expedition wise, but it's the cosmetic unlocks we got, where, you know, at the end I had a choice of 2 construct heads, the Atlantid or Crimson, which I got the Atlantid. That means I'm gonna have to do that expedition again just to get the Crimson head, so I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, it's just like legs. You choose construct legs for the leg style instead of armored legs like that, or fat cloth legs. It's that, which, oh, that actually kind of worked to a degree. Let's go with, what's torso? Like that. Well, why I had to change my armor out. Oh, maybe like that. Gloves, have it like my hands are normal. I mean, I kind of like the robot thing, but where it's like, instead of boots, it's, you know, robot legs, maybe. Like, yeah, there's I'm half robot. And what is it? Or is it? It's not that one. Not that one. That thing. That looked a lot better in the unlock, the Quicksilver unlock, than it does actually in the appearance modifier. You were asleep till, was asleep till 4:30. You went to bed around 6 to 7. You mean you were awake till 4:30? And then you went to bed about 6 or 7? As soon as I run away, another one comes in. I just look and see if there's anything different over here. See, chromatic metal. Nobody's coming in with chromatic metal. I want chromatic metal. So yeah, that should have me covered for the gases that I was looking for. Again, I'm actually now, based on those, I may go redo some of my other bases a bit to clean them up. They're not as nice because I did them differently, but they're similar. My Indian farms, one of them's a lot nicer now. I kind of cleaned those up a bit. A lot more storage there. One of them, not super tall storage. It's lower because I wanted a lot more density. But I'm almost tempted to redo my oxygen farm now. Especially since I know there somewhere there was an S-class oxygen spot that I found. So yeah, I need to redo this actually and do like how I've got that. That's the storage. I need to redo it where the production is on top of a platform, and then build a platform over here for power, and then just completely like rip that out. Do, you know, make it match to the other one, except these are slightly bigger platforms. I think I do. See, so I did that 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 5 by 2 instead of 3 by 3. So I actually do have a little bit more room on these. And yeah, total 67,000 storage on this. Enough, you know, even at this point, 51 hours and change. You know, 52 hours. So if I miss a day, I can miss 2 days and be okay. 48 hours, I can still have it not completely full. This is why I gotta fix my production on the gas part, get this going a little faster. That's why I said I want them to do something where we could tie in the storage to the fabricators, to the refiners. Have like the large refiner at least be where you can actually connect the pipe to it and have it pull from those resource deposit, that storage, to process something. I feel like at least doing the large ones would be useful for that, because you're only limited to, you only can do 2. So you'd have, here's connection point A for this one, connection point B for this one, connection point C for this one, and then an output for the final product, and it just builds, you know, based on whatever the recipe would accommodate. So this one, 85,000, and 47 hours, just under 48 hours for it to increase. And then you have, there's my power. Power needs to be done better, but a lot more in terms of storage and dropped me. Wait. Build controls in this game are definitely still lagging way behind some other games. Alright, so that's slightly smaller. One row different on that. I could always add another row and build up higher. But look at all the storage. And I'm just going to keep building it up. I like the idea of having enough production in 24 hours, but also having room in case I do miss a day. Can't play for, you know, more than 24 hours. That I don't lose it just sitting there doing nothing. Oh, you know, the diminishing returns, the problem there is, you know, it was too OP originally, and it does kind of make sense. The more extractors you put on there, that it's going to, like, reduce faster. At the least, they nerfed the they nerfed the extractors by doing the diminishing returns, rather than making it so that every deposit would run out eventually. Granted, for realism, each of those deposits should take, even at this rate, like years to extract everything from it, from a realistic standpoint, because of how much, like on Earth, a deposit will have. That is something that would be like, oh yeah, you got this, you're extracting this much every day. That's going to take you 10 years to extract all of this deposit. You know, at least they didn't try to make it a limited thing and then have people complaining instead, saying it's too unrealistic, that, you know, you set it up and the base is only good for 30 days. And after that, it can't produce anymore. The deposit's out and you have to break it down and move on. They could have taken that approach, which would have been horrible. Oh, yeah. I forgot I got these other ones up here. So, yeah. Apparently I have all that stuff in store. So, back up on ferrite dust. I was down a good bit earlier, and now I'm way back up from buying stuff. Magnetized or pure ferrite, bought a bunch. Magnetized ferrite. Oxygen, I'm not worried about it. I got that being produced. Chromatic metal, I need to find that again. I'm not finding anybody selling that now, unfortunately. Try silver. I don't even have silver there. Wouldn't be bad to go find like a silver farm at some point. Way too much pugnium. Carbon's going back up quickly now, and I'm going to focus on the... Again, I got to figure out exactly how much I need. But once I know how much I need, I'll do the plants and get everything put up with the vertical planters, the standing planters, everything I need. Basically, I'm going to go... Since I know what I'm producing from my my locations now, those new bases, I'm going for 10 stasis devices a day in terms of production volume. I want to have enough to make 10 of them every day. Which, you know, at the moment, other than certain devices, like certain things, like the cryogenic chamber. I know I got it. I had a bunch of, yeah, see, like I got 20 iridescite right there. I just don't have, I have cryo pumps, I just don't have the cryogenic chamber. So if I can start, I need to start burning through some of that. Trying to find, like, say, okay, I need living glass. For that one, needs more lubricant. Yeah. I gotta start burning through some of that. I can get, I'm sure, a good bit of stasis devices made just to be nice, help somebody out. But in the end, I'm gonna get to where I make like 10 a day. That's 150 million-ish units. That's enough. If I donate 10 to some new player every day, I feel like I'm gonna really help a few people get a good start and be able to enjoy the game a little bit more. And then later on, they can go and be like, I want to do it myself. All by myself. Let's see how my food collection is going here. 49. Oh, that's also where I put a lot of carbon away. Was making a lot more food pellets. Might as well take advantage of that too. Oh, we got a guest finally. I may take out some of these because it took 3 platforms to get a random captain to show up every now and then that I could trade with. Which is nice because I'm right here with all my easy access to all the stuff in storage rooms, but it's not that great. Though, let's see if I can get over there first before he leaves, because these do tend to have different goodies than the ones on the space station. See, oh yeah, see, like Viking Dagger, Pugdium, launch fuel, residual goop. He doesn't. That's all he's got. I have had one that came with like some of the plants I needed at one point, but it's not often. I may take those out and redo it. Yeah, it's all gonna come down to the plants, how many plants I need of a certain type, of each type, how much space I need. That's what I'm gonna work on next. So I would say we hang out and talk while I, show off Timmy, but he has still left the room. Yeah, he's not getting more treats today. He ditched me. Timmy said, I don't care. He's right in the line of the fan. Like, laying over here is right where the fan's blowing. And yet he's like, nope, I'm out of here. He's like, never mind. So now, back to the question I asked earlier. Nobody really had an answer. I think, Jason, you said, like, you had too much stuff to already play already, or maybe it was Felonious that said that. What is everybody getting on the summer sale? Because I haven't found anything. Let's see. Updates. I did see... I will say, this is making me tempted to play this game again for 2 reasons. One, I'm not that impressed now with Sons of the Forest because of some of the changes they've done, everything like that. It's just the build system is so bad in comparison to the original one. Like, building today, No Man's Sky is so much more enjoyable than trying to build a base in the forest, or Sons of the Forest. So I'm not impressed with Sons of the Forest. 2, the fact that they're adding this new update to it makes me want to maybe look at it again. But Green Hell has a storage and transportation update coming. Not yet. It's not out yet, but they're going to be releasing it. And instead of a log sled or anything like that, it's not a sled, it's a sleigh. So instead of it being like, I guess, you push it along, or, like it's a sled, it's a sleigh. So you're like the reindeer in front of the sleigh. You throw some logs in there, you hook it around your head, and you chug along, pulling the sleigh behind you. But they're adding a sleigh for transporting heavy objects that won't fit in the backpack. So you can put 2 different types of heavy objects in one sleigh. So logs, stuff like that. They're adding an elevator, which is very interesting because when I played it originally, they didn't have the vertical building. You could only build like a single level. Then they added that. And now I think they've got building on water too, like floating foundations. And now you got this coming where you could have an elevator to help get heavy objects up higher without having to go do like stairs up to them. So if you want to do like a tree house that feels separated, you have like an elevator for doing that. That's a cool concept. I really want to see how that works. And it's kind of making me want to play the game when they release this update. But that's coming. It's just not out yet. And some others I saw I was looking at. Oh, the Forever Skies were supposed to be getting the update by mid-July. By mid-July. I want to say is what it says. Like early part of July to mid-July. So hopefully in the next week or so we're going to get that update. I already mentioned the Vulcanoids got that Tesla update. And of course Planet Crafter's got the space trading update. But as I said earlier, I tried opening Planet Crafter and playing it with my big save, the one I was doing last with the big heating tower and all that, and it locks up every 5 seconds. Like 5 seconds, and then it just pauses for a second or two, and then starts playing again, and then stops and starts playing again. And it's something to do, just like before, I know what it is. It's the auto crafters. It's like every time some of the auto crafters trigger to run, it locks it up because I've got so many of them. 7 Days to Die, I didn't see if it's on sale, but I'm sure it is. They always put it on sale now because, you know, that's a forever in beta game or forever alpha game. I think they still have it as alpha version of everything. Oh, yeah, it's, wow, 76% off, $6. I don't think I paid full price, but $6 sounds a little bit more accurate for what it is. Yeah, Alpha 21. That is a perpetual alpha. That has been this December. It will be 10 years of alpha on 7 Days to Die. Let that sink in. If you are a big 7 Days to Die player, let that sink in. 10 years and it's still considered alpha. That game will never hit full release, or if it does, it will be an unpolished mess because it's still unpolished. They're just going to keep adding, they're just going to keep it alpha and keep adding updates for years just to get more and more sales on it. That's all it is. I saw Lynn's Island added some stuff. If you remember that one, it was like, you know, we were exploring on this island. We were building, I had like a farm, had all this stuff, had water tower to auto water farms. And then it had the dungeon that I went through and I finished everything in it. They added armor and new stuff. They're also working on procedural generated dungeons for it. So it won't just be that one dungeon. There's the same path. It'll generate for you. And I guess they're going like a, you know, you just keep going lower and lower in it. I don't think that update's out yet, but they did do like a dev talked about it thing for that. So that might be one we take a look at again sometime soon. The performance mod, see, I don't think it's that because, I mean, it comes down to, I guess, what you've got built in Planet Crafter. Because, you know, I was having this problem before this last update, but it wasn't that bad. It was basically stuttering anytime I was close to a large number of auto crafters because there were just so many firing at one time. Because it's not like my heaters are doing anything every 5 seconds or so. But yeah, the new update, when I logged in and started playing, it was literally every 5 seconds, it would pause for a second or two. And then start playing again, then pause for a second or two. It was like clockwork. Every 5 seconds, it locked up. So, I think I'm going to wait on playing Planet Crafter until the next update or until they patch something to maybe help improve that because, yeah, that's, I didn't make it even 5 minutes with that happening before I just said, nope, I'm done. So, Open Skies. I had not seen that one. Is it Open Skies? I'm not finding that. Oh, you mean Forever Skies? or is actually Open Skies, because I'm not finding Open Skies. Forever Skies, I definitely recommend checking out if you haven't. You know, if you like Subnautica, you'll like Forever Skies. It's got the same vibe to it, and I think they're moving in the right direction with it. There are some quirks with it, definitely, but for such an, you know, it's just hit early access recently, it is in a very good state right now, and it's got fewer bugs in it than games that have been in early access or even full release at this point. It's got fewer issues going on with it. I mean, outside of the play style issues on certain things, it's got fewer bugs. I would say fewer bugs than Ark at this point. Ark, granted, has a very large set of maps and everything, but there are bugs in Ark that are nothing to do with the map size or anything. It's just basic movement bugs that have never been fixed, and Forever Skies is better than that right now. 7 Days to Die, the thing I don't like with it is still, even if you turn off the blood moon, you get stuck with super zombies. Doesn't matter, like, there's not gonna be the ones that like just know where you are, but you're gonna be stuck with super zombies instead of it being just a classic zombie game. There was a mod back with like Alpha 13 or something called the Walking Dead mod. I don't think it ever got updated since. That literally turned off Blood Moon before that was an option in the game and set every zombie type to just the basic shambler zombie, but increased the spawn rate of zombies. So you would have more of them and the hordes would be bigger, but it was just slow moving zombies. So it felt more like the Walking Dead show. You know, like how that kind of zombie is like, oh, there's 300 zombies, but there's just slow shamblers. They're not saying they're spitting acid at you. That's the one thing I still don't like with 7 Days to Die is you get stuck with that. Or you get stuck, like I literally, the last time I played it, installed it to play, first save I opened, I start walking down the road and out of nowhere, I get attacked by a zombie dog, get killed. I mean, I didn't even make it 30 seconds without being attacked and killed from where it spawned me. And I was like, okay. And I about uninstalled it again at that point, just after that. But I played a little bit more and it still wasn't any better. I made my way to the farmhouse, and you know, the thing for me is it still comes down to again, bugs. Like when I played the last time, I had the farmhouse all set up, everything. And when I went somewhere, it's like I died with the blood moon. I got killed by the blood moon because I was set up for the blood moon. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the blood moon. I'm going to try it. I had spikes everywhere. Everything set up defensive on like a nice brick building. And they literally... I mean, after watching people on Twitch do their designs, and I did a similar approach to mine, watching zombies run up and die on their spikes. Instead, in my game, the zombies ran up and just ran through the spikes, destroying them like they were not even there. Just like, it's like, you know, stepping on a twig kind of thing is how quickly, you know, here's a zombie, runs through and blows through 8 stacks of spikes in seconds. And they just ran up and killed me. So when I respawned and finally got my backpack, my stuff, and got back to the farmhouse, the land claim thing, the block that prevents zombies from spawning there, was broken. And the entire farmhouse was full of zombies again. And as I tried to clear them out, they started breaking stuff, breaking the walls that they shouldn't be able to break that easily. And just ruined it to the point that I was like, well, this is not even like, I don't even want to use this as a base anymore. I just gave up and quit, and I have not played since because it's just left me with a horrible experience. Every time I've done that, there's something that ends up just not working right, leaves me with a horrible experience. And that brings me back to the point of, for a zombie game, it is horribly unrealistic in so many ways. I mean, go outside, go up to a brick building and start punching the brick wall with your fist. See what breaks first, the brick or your bones. You put a zombie in there. I don't care if zombies are dead. They can't feel anything. Their bones are still going to break before the concrete brick is going to break. There's no reason you you'll have like a brick building with steel bars. Maybe the bars get loosened so they can climb in. Okay, I can see that. They just keep pounding away at them and it slowly loosens them from the brick. But no, you know, it's not realistic in that aspect. Which, you know, Jason, you say the infected. That's why I like the infected. The infected right off the bat lets you turn off the whole supermoon thing, the swarms and everything like that, and lets you choose to make it a peaceful game if you want to do that. But when I played it last, they made so many changes since then that just destroyed all my base locations. I'd be starting completely over, and I just don't want to do that. I don't even want to do like, you know, it's the same thing. If I was going to play it and do videos on it, I'm going to do it in the way that is fun for me, but there's going to be people commenting, you're not doing it right. Where's the moons? Why aren't you doing the moons? Why don't you have that happening? You're not doing it right. Same with 7 Days to Die. If you do gameplay where you turn off Blood Moon, most of them are going to be that kind of purist thing, or they're going to complain saying you're not doing it right. Yeah, I'm not even going to play 7 Days to Die at this point because I just think it is a sloppy game at this point. They still haven't got... there's so many things wrong with it that they need to fix. They just haven't fixed. I knew there was stuff about how, like, I saw that the vampire type zombies were supposed to be fast, like have super speed or something like enhanced speed. But the other ones, like the werewolf and then the regular brute zombies, are just supposed to, like, you shoot them and then they're supposed to try dodge or something. It's not supposed to be like they just, oh, you hit them and now they disappear, reappear somewhere else. You know, I can understand, like, here's a wolf zombie, like a wolf zombie hybrid thing, whatever they're calling them. And it's like, oh, huh, rolls to the side. Vampire one, like, you know, super jump or whatever, jumps and lands behind you. Okay, brute one, brute zombie, regular zombie, whatever it's called, gets hit, you know, just barrels through at you. Just, you know, like, it gets hurt, but it takes less of an effect, you know. Each one should have a certain type, but having it where any of them can, if you're saying right, is teleport, and that just ruins it right there. It's just, it goes back, same thing with the super blood moon deal. Why is the moon turning red every 7 days, and why does that give them superpowers? There's no point. You know, again, that's why there's a mod. I'm pretty sure it was either Alpha 12 or Alpha 13 when it stopped working for 7 Days to Die, called Walking Dead mod, that turned the game into a proper zombie game where you didn't have zombies that spit acid, zombies that run up and blow up you. Basically, it's like they look too much instead of at Walking Dead and or, you know, Night of the Living Dead, original zombie, you know, thing. Night of the Living Dead, instead of looking at that, they said, we're going to base all our zombie stuff on Resident Evil. And the whole idea of people just like mutations instead. You know, it's like, there's no, that I have played or seen, there's no proper zombie survival game because they all bend to the whole idea that, oh, it's not difficult if we don't throw in crazy zombies, you know, of some sort. So here's zombies that, you know, super big. Here's zombies that are spit acid or spit poison at you or have gas that they exert, you know, beyond the normal gas a zombie might exert that kills you. There's nobody that actually has done a proper zombie one of like, yeah, like what The Walking Dead is. That's a zombie survival right there. You got the community aspect. You need to be able to find people and survive with them. You got to be able to find and grow, produce food, find supplies by going out exploring. You don't have crazy super zombies. You might come across a point where, hey, here's all these zombies that congregated because of some reason, sound or a smell or something happened. And you might have 100 zombies. Okay. They're not super powered. You just got a lot of them. And that's the hard part of it, is you have cases where you run into a big group of zombies and you have to use tactics to survive. Walking Dead mode is built into the settings now, so they actually got rid of like where you could turn off all the super zombies. Because if that's the case, I'll do that. I'd play 7 Days to Die then, especially if it was like not just that, but they got rid of the whole zombies punching through, you know, steel walls. I mean, I seriously, the next time I go play a game where you got a zombie that can punch through some kind of really tough material, I just want to go and put in a review saying, I wish the devs would walk outside, or you go up to a building and start punching that with their bare hands, and let's see how well they enjoy it. Because, you know, either their hand breaks or that breaks, and if they break their hand, then they can't do any more bad coding on the game. Go outside, go punch a brick wall until your hand's broken and shattered and unusable, and then when it heals, write the game the right way, instead of zombies can just break brick walls or steel walls, whatever. There's too many, like, yes, zombie game, the genre is overdone, but so is survival overdone. But it goes back to survival. Now there's games that are nothing to do with survival other than don't die. Like the Outlast games are horror survival, I think is what it called, survival horror. There's no survival elements. You're not worried about dehydration. You're not worried about your food level getting too low. The whole survival part is you don't die. Survival gets thrown around way too much, and you got too many games out there that are lacking significant elements of survival, and yet are like, this is a survival game. Oh, okay, so if they're still punching through walls, I'm not doing that. That's another thing that's got to be turned off in 7 Days to Die for me to want to play it. I played, what was it? There was another one I bought and started playing. And I was doing fine. State of Decay 2. I was doing fine with that until suddenly it's like, oh, hey, here's a new type of zombie. It's a super zombie. And, it was that point that all the fun I had been having with the game just went away completely. I was like, all right, so now I got to deal with superpower zombies. Nope. I think I lasted maybe another 10 minutes after that, and then I uninstalled the game. Like, again, too many developers think that to make the game hard, they have to make the game have super zombies or something like that in it. You know, super powered enemies, instead of just go and do, you know, making it difficult based on the situation aspect of it. Now, I will say, all right, yes, Sensei, somebody who has trained themselves, and I'm thinking cinder blocks. Are you talking about like a full-size cinder block that's all stacked together? Okay, so here's a person that's trained karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, whatever, knows exactly how to punch the right way, so he's not going to break his hand doing it. Can you do that yet? Without training, can anybody without training do that? And more importantly, can a mindless zombie that's only point is to eat somebody that's alive, can that zombie do that? Does a zombie that is just shambling around looking for food able to sit there and go boom like that? You know, the punch and break cinder blocks. No, they're gonna break their hand, break their bones, shatter them to pieces, and the cinder blocks are gonna be fine. I mean, I'm sure with training and practice, you know, take time, I could learn to do punch through cinder blocks, but it goes back to the training and practice. Zombies are not going to have that. Zombies are not going to be sitting there, oh, I know kung fu, and, you know, break cinder block like that. Plus, it comes down to what's used with them. Some cases, depending on the building construction, there may be other stuff reinforcing. So, yeah, you might have steel beams or rebar also being run through certain spots that are going to add increased strength to it for that purpose. You know, there are buildings that are built where for you could drive a car into the wall and it's only going to leave a small, you know, chunk of the wall knocked in, but it's not going to take, like, the car's not going to go through the wall into the middle of the building. It's going to run up and the car's going to flatten against the wall because of the reinforcement. Yet 7 Days to Die, you could have that kind of wall and the zombie's going to punch through it in like 5 minutes. I'm not a Walking Dead purist. To me, I feel like there needs to be a proper, you know, zombie survival game where it's really built around like how a zombie apocalypse would kind of be like as you've gotten further along, not the initial part of it with everything just starting to happen, but you know, like the Will Smith movie I Am Legend. That was one of the things, you know, he's hiding at night. He's got all these things he's doing to make sure he can't find his home, find where he lives. He goes out, you know, he knows when the sundown time is. He's got all that going. He is tracking that sort of stuff. And he's got a map and he goes to a certain plot. You know, he goes to an apartment building and searches the apartments there. He's not sitting there worried about, hey, there's these, you know, the humanoid ones, and then there's the dogs. He's worried about those. But he's not worried about suddenly a lion coming after him as like a zombie lion. He's not worried about, well, these can only come out at night, but here's this one that can hunt me in the day. Here's this one that is, you know, if it's out there on the side of the road, it's going to spit acid and eat its way through the metal shutters I got on the window. You know, it didn't have that. And it had that feel of what would be the survival in not a zombie, but kind of zombie apocalypse. And that's the kind of thing I think we should have in a proper zombie game. It's something like that. That feeling of, you know, like a zombie game, which 7 Days to Die does have a lot of this in place, but it's the weird system. They do it based on, like, they call it the heat system, I think, still. But, you know, it's noise level. So if you're being really loud, you know, gunshots draw attention of nearby zombies. Killing a zombie with a sick, you know, spear through the head quietly, not going to draw the attention of nearby zombies. You know, having that community aspect where, and I know like State of Decay is kind of with this, where you have people in that like community group and you're building out stuff, but it wasn't like a base building thing where you could build your own base. There's certain aspects. I think if somebody just said, we're going to build a Walking Dead game that's going to be a zombie survival game built kind of like the way, like, all right, 7 Days to Die. Except maybe not like, oh, you're just mixing up cement and making cement bricks and building your own nice big fortress. It's more of, you know, you have some resources you can use, but it's not like, oh, I'm going to chop this tree down and then bam, wood planks and I'll build a thing. It's more focused on you got to find a place and you can fix it up. And actually, I want to say that's kind of, is it Goner? There's one coming up that it seems, it's more like that. It's not like, or maybe not Goner. No, Goner is dinosaurs. There's one that I saw. Ooh, Rooted. Maybe that's it. That it does have base building, but from what I've seen so far, it's not as involved as like you just, oh, I'm just suddenly make all this. You also have places you find and you just kind of fits up. That's one I'm actually looking forward to. I want to see how that's handled. And I don't know if it's actually zombies. I think it's just apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic type thing. Survival. Oh yeah, global bacteriological warfare. So not zombies yet. Could be the bacteriological warfare caused zombies. But, you know, having a game that's got that kind of thing where you which is the hard part, I guess, for developers, creating that communal thing where you have NPCs that you can have genuine type interactions with, where you could tell them more than just a few scripted things to do. Having that's hard to do. So the other thing would be, doing a MMO type thing, or just a game themed around running a server and running multiplayer. But it's the problem a lot of the games have and the developers fall into is, again, the fact that they seem to think, because some people complain it's too easy, I guess. Oh, we gotta make this difficult by giving the enemies special abilities instead of it just being, okay, well, it's too hard. All right, well, let's increase the spawn number. All right, instead of it being this, instead of a small horde of 10 zombies spawning, how about a horde of 30 that you gotta fight against? How about increasing the spawn rate for that so they spawn more often? How about making it so, like, was it Dawn of the Dead? They were hiding in a mall with bulletproof glass that for days or weeks, zombies never broke through the glass. Even there, sitting there banging on the glass all day, all night, they never broke in through bulletproof glass doors. That right there. That points out a flaw in 7 Days to Die. Still, right there. You got these zombies just, doing that on the glass door, never broke in. But if you had enough zombies pushing hard, you got that kind of, there's so many different variables that could be considered for it. But, Dawn of the Dead, they stayed in a mall for days or weeks, surrounded by zombies, and then they had to find a way to get out and get other supplies. They were just sitting there waiting for rescue. Yet you need something like that, a game that focuses around that. Like, you can get stuck where the zombies just start pouring in, and because there's other zombies there, they're like, well, that herd community aspect where they join in with other zombies because there's a big group of zombies. So you just end up with more and more zombies piling in together, and that's the difficulty. Is it goes from, if you're not careful, from 5 zombies to 50 zombies to 500 zombies really quickly. I didn't watch all the series, but it was the point where they had dealt with the governor on Walking Dead, and they found, was it Alexandria? I think is what it's called. It was that community that had the walls. And basically, they were trying to figure out how they had survived with so little trouble for so long, and they found out there was like a quarry where the zombies had all got trapped because they couldn't get through. And then when that, like the block of the truck or whatever it was got free, it was thousands of zombies that were going to now be flooding their way towards the town, the settlement, and they had to go and do this clever little thing to try and divert the zombies away. And they had all sorts of trouble. See, that's the kind of thing right there. Like, that would be what you should have in a zombie game, but you don't see any zombie games out there doing that unless it's like, hey, it's a mission, which I could get, but something in the style like 7 Days to Die would be good, like with that kind of thing where it's not a mission, but it's just like you go there, you see this quarry, all these zombies are there, and then, a rock slide happens, random event, and now suddenly these zombies are piling out, and you got 500 zombies coming at your base. You either get surrounded and they break their way in and kill you, or you find a way to hold them off. They can't break in because your base is too strong, but now you got no way to get supplies. You got to slowly kill them off. That means you can't just keep shooting your guns because you might run out of ammo. You got to have ways to kill them with reusable weaponry. There's tons of different elements that would go into it, which I think is part of why it's never been properly done, because you got to think of so many different things. There's so many different things that can be picked apart for that. And yeah, physics, you got to think about, like, a steel door is strong, but it's only as strong as the hinge on it. Really, You have a steel door to your house. I'm not going to kick it in too easily, but if, 100 people were pushing up, trying to push in on that door, trying to get in, and you just got that surge of a crowd, it's going to push on that door, and then you just got to worry about how strong the hinges are. And that's another thing. How do you code that into a game? How do you code it like, oh, once you got this much amount of weight from one zombie, so you add more zombies. At what point do they, it applies only to this type of item? It just keeps going. It'd be such a rabbit hole to go down to try and really craft that game style. And then you're still going to have the problem of what reviews say. Somebody's going to say, this is too easy. Somebody else is going to say, this is too hard. Well, what you do, you create easy mode, normal mode, hardcore mode. Each one ends up changing the number of zombies you might deal with, how much injury they deal to you, things like that. I'm not a purist, but I would love to see a game like that. Just because that style, that you have this open world, and you either have to establish a place that you are worried about defending, and making sure you got the supplies, like they had that whatever season or seasons it was where they found the prison. The prison, great security inside, but they had the problem with the fence. Once so many zombies were pushing up, the fence started to collapse, and they had to reinforce it and try to get rid of some of the zombies. See, that's the realism part of it. That's the somebody thinking ahead when developing a game to say, okay, this fence is only going to support so much pressure from zombie, group. And when they hit this point, the fence starts to collapse and they come in, Yeah. There's a lot of factors to that, and that's the thing. You just end up having... Somebody says it's too easy, too difficult, too, we need more variety, whatever. And you just end up somewhere, a developer says it or a reviewer says it, and it gets taken, and it runs with that. And that's why I was so hopeful with the Infected, because you could turn off so many things. If the Infected will turn it where you can change even behaviors or which zombie types you deal with in settings, then I would probably be reconsidering it at this point. But some of the stuff they added, I saw, it felt like they were copying some elements of, was it like the animal butchering? They copied elements of Icarus, which was just a horrible decision there. Like the whole idea, let me just put this on my shoulder and carry it with me to butcher it later. I mean, a big animal, sure, but small animals, no. There's plenty of hunters that'll go out there and shoot a bird and can go ahead and do some of the basic stuff right there to dress it for, cooking before they ever take it back. They don't have to have a butcher table to do it. I remember that when I saw that for the Infected, that made me say, that's a bad direction. That's a bad decision there. So, maybe Rooted might actually be all right. Let's see, there's another one. I'm looking at... There's a few. I got a bunch of them. I'll just say coming soon, to be announced. Coming soon, to be announced. 2024. To be announced. Most of my stuff on the wish list is not yet out. And I see Loft had a new demo come out. I didn't get... I opted not to do anything with it yet. They sent me the thing for it, but I didn't go and try it yet. But they've got animals now, like alpacas, and it looks like turkeys, maybe birds. I'm still hoping they're gonna improve on the combat a bit soon, but that's another one I'm looking forward to, just because, it gives you a good blend of stuff. Same way Forever Skies has got a good blend. Kids were trapped, so you play... alright, so you one place kit, you broke the door handle. Again, you knew where to aim. And it depends on, like, the type of door. A steel door? Maybe not. A standard house door? Sure. But, like, my mother's house, she still has the security doors on there. The way you're getting those off is you're going to have to sit there with tools and dismantle the hinge to take it out. Or you're basically hooking up a hook to it and then to a trailer hitch or something like that, and you're going to use your car to try to rip it off the hinge. That's the way you're getting that door out. You're not kicking it in. You're going to have to rip it off the hinge or just dismantle the hinge to take it off somehow. Then you still have her regular house door to get through, which is reinforced as well, as my dad wanted to make sure they were secure. At the same time, a zombie sitting there smacking on a window, trying to, well, not like super fast, but like that long enough. At some point, you have enough zombies smacking, the window's gonna break. You gotta worry about reinforcing windows. There's so many areas that could be looked at for a zombie game. Again, I like base building, but I think the main part of a zombie survival game shouldn't be you can go and suddenly fabricate all these fancy bases. You need to find a place and then you have to reinforce it. You have to actually build it up. But you can't just go out let me just clear some trees and bam, here's a wood shed, and I'm fine. It's you need to actually find a base and just, you take over a building and build it up. That was why 7 Days to Die was appealing, but has its own set of problems beyond that. We are way over just on this. You got me talking about zombie games and talking about other stuff because you brought up the whole 7 Days to Die being on sale. I would say, based on my experience with 7 Days to Die, $6 it's at right now is an appropriate price. I would say that's a good price if you're going to buy it. I would not pay much more than that for the game if I was given a choice at this point. No Man's Sky, I actually would pay a little more for than $30 now. I think, is it on sale again? Probably is. They typically go on sale every time there's... Yep, they're on sale. 50% off, $30. I'm honestly at that point, I feel like they could ask for $40 and it would still be a great value. I mean, Grounded is $40 normal price, and there's less to do in Grounded than there is in No Man's Sky. There's less to do in Grounded than there is in Ark, and Ark is cheap. I mean, for a little more... Actually, I think for the same amount as Grounded, I bought the entire Ark collection. Like, everything for Ark for the same price as Grounded. Grounded is one of those games I think is way overpriced for what it is. But No Man's Sky is actually one that I would say could probably go up above that $30 mark to like 40s, and I would say is a good price point. Let's see. Grounded even on sale. Probably not. Grounded is on sale for $24. That's the closest it's ever been to a legitimate price for it. Meanwhile, Ark original, you can get for $5. You can buy Ark original game only, no DLCs, for $5, $1 cheaper than 7 Days to Die right now. Let that sink in. If you just want a zombie survival game, 7 Days to Die. But if you want a survival game, I'd get Ark for $5 any day before 7 Days to Die. And it just put up with the bugs. See what else? Get most of the stuff that's on good deals right now with the sale. I already have. I don't need them. I've already got them. I think the Fallout stuff is usually on sale. Let's see what it's selling for. $6.59 for Fallout 4. $10 for Game of the Year edition. Still a better deal than Grounded. Let's see what those are. Wow, you could buy Far Cry Primal standard for $750 or $875 for the Primal Apex edition. That's Far Cry Primal, and that's one of the better recent Far Cry games. I mean, as long as you're okay with like Stone Age tech kind of stuff. It is a good game. I got to where I wanted to play the Far Cry New Dawn because it had actual like guns and long range shooting as opposed to shooting with a bow and arrow. Green Hell, which again has that new update coming, is $15. I would say that's a definite one if you want a realistic type survival game. Green Hell, because you sleep on the ground, you might get a parasite in you. Oh yeah, Grounded storyline. I won't even touch the storyline. That I get to the point that I have to be able to do what I want, and then that's it. And I've redone Grounded since I did the series, and I'm actually at a point where like now I start playing it and just like I go kill a few bugs, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like I have no incentive to finish the story. I have no incentive to go fight Director Schmechter or anything in Grounded. I got a big base. I made this whole big room, and then ended up having like a third of it not even used in storage. I've got like a third of my storage boxes I made don't even need. Yeah. Try to look, see what else might be a good deal right now. Or at least ones like in that style. Volcanoids, again, if you don't mind the whole linear building style of a train, Volcanoids is on sale for $14. And they did just release the Tesla update, so you got Tesla-based weapons. Oh, there we go. This is an old one. I haven't played it since... I last played it September of 2018, so we're coming up on 5 years since I played this game. But We Happy Few. That is one I played a long time ago. I think I was playing that when I streamed on Twitch. That is a survival game. Like what a zombie survival game should be. You don't go taking over and like building out a base. You know, you like go grab bricks, make bricks, and build up a base. You're literally trying to survive, scooting around from one house to another, like robbing houses, trying to sneak in, do stuff like that. It's got the elements there other than being set in a, you know, like a dystopian 1984 type Orwellian environment. But the mechanics are there for, well, I say the Walking Dead style game. You know, go and avoid bandits so you don't get killed or robbed by bandits. You got zombies wandering around. You gotta try to sneak around them or kill them quietly. Yeah, and that one, I didn't even look see if it was priced on sale, but that's actually a pretty decent one if you just want if you want something like that. The one game I have bought so far from the sale, I'm gonna go and say this, and then we're gonna call it for the day. I bought Brotato. One, funny name. Two, it is overwhelmingly positive, 95% recent, 96% overall. And it's just a top-down shooter game, roguelike game where you play a potato, wielding up to 6 weapons at a time to fight off hordes of aliens. And it's $4. Normally $5, you get it for $4 now. I bought it because I was like, this could actually be a good one on the Steam Deck. Even though Steam Deck's got plenty of power, it feels like it could be a good one on the Steam Deck for just a quick little, you know, if I'm out, pop the Steam Deck out, play it real quick. Not something that I have to really submit a bunch of time to. It's not something I have to have Wi-Fi to connect in and be able to do stuff. You know, like, oh, I don't have Wi-Fi. It hasn't downloaded my cloud save for this. Well, then I can't play, you know. Or like No Man's Sky, I can't get on and have it pull stuff from like the anomaly because I'm not on Wi-Fi somewhere. So this is one I got for the Steam Deck that I feel like it could be a good fit for the Steam Deck. But I haven't actually played it yet. But yeah, Bro Tato. Also funny kind of name. So that's the only one I have bought so far on the sale. So yeah, we finished like actual gameplay like an hour ago almost. So I'm gonna call it for the day. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna do this again next week. I'm gonna work through what I have time this week, some spreadsheet stuff, see what I can find. Maybe somebody's got a calculator online for it to come up with what I need plant-wise for a stasis device. Next week, probably be doing a lot of overhauling with my base, a lot of plant placements and stuff like that, trying to get it all going and figure out the exact count for everything I need. So it'd be a big stasis farm for 10 stasis devices a day. That's my goal. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Go enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'm gonna go. I think I got time still. I can get some salmon thawing out to cook for me and Timmy. Even though he should get any salmon. I'll say that. He abandoned us for the whole stream. He gets no salmon tonight. I'm gonna cook the salmon, eat it in front of him, and then just give him a piece anyway, because he'll look at me like, where's mine? So yeah, thanks for hanging out, and we'll do this again next week. Enjoy your day, weekend, and yeah, we'll see you next time.